Allah. Inatoka wapi katika Biblia? Walimu mko around? Instructors mko around? Instructors pia hawapo. Nani anajua? Wacha sasa nisipeane tu.
2 Corinthians.
2 Corinthians. Chris amesema 2 Corinthians. Hello. The Pathfinder moto inatoka wapi? Itabidi mlipiti hii class. Nilifikiria hilo ni jambo rahisi sana. 2 Corinthians 5 and verses 14. And we'll be reading from there from 14 to 17. I don't know how much minutes have been given. And it says this. Mwenye ako na huyu mtoto amsaidie kidogo. Kwa sababu hii gari inakaa haina break. Mwenye ako na yule mtoto amshughulikie. So 2 Corinthians 5 verses 14. Can you read? Sasa mpaka hata nimekuambia fungu unaniangalia tu. Hata Bible iko ndani ya bag. Okay. I will read. For the love of Christ compels us, because we charge thus, that if one died for all, then all died. Another version says, for the love of Christ, that's King James version. This is New King James, concentrated us. Upendo wa Yesu watubiidisha. Huyo mtoto kama ana mzazi wake, na mshua alikucha na mzazi. Okay. Upendo wa Yesu watupidisha. I need to see you settled. Muko na fuguru nyingi hapo katikati, hamcha tulia. So the first thing, kabla sijasema jambo ambalo nataka kusema, kuanzia leo hii ikuwe kwa akili yako kama Pathfinder moto inatoka wapi, and you should be knowing it. Na sasa unapojua the first mahali moto inatoka, you should know what the whole verse says. Usiniambie for the love of Christ compels us, usimame. It says for the love of Christ compels us, for we thus charge that if one man died for all, then all died. Okay? So ili tuweze kufanya kile tunachofanya kama watafutaji njia, ili tuweze kuendelea katika safari, ni upendo wa Yesu unaotusukuma. Sasa Yesu alifanya nini? Yesu alifanya nini? Hello?
He died for our sins.
Jesus died for our sins. In the book of John 3:16, that was said yesterday, and it was said everybody knows it. John 3:16.
For God so loved the world that...
Proceed.
For God so loved...
I told you to proceed. Okay,
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life.
Amen. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish but have eternal life. So God's love made him to give Christ. He loved the world of children like you, who sometimes don't obey. Correct? Hello? The adventure row is for me too. Sasa mniambia mjui. Adventure row is for me too. All of you. Be? Hata wengine wako friend class and now they wamesahau kabisa. So the first one is be what? Are you obedient? Are you? Hebu jiite mkutano uone kabisa kama uko obedient. Kama hata unaambiwa toka pale nje, uingie ndani, unasunguka bado unaenda, unaambiwa ingia kwenda ndani, unaenda kwanza kwa uwanja alafu ndio unarudi. So what do I want to say? That God loved the world. I don't have much time. I could read to you Romans that it says, when we were still sinners, Christ died for us. So when Christ was dying for us, it's not that we were good. Okay? We were sinners, but Christ died for us. So he says, for the love of Christ compels us, because now Christ has died. The same Paul says again that by the sin of one man, all of us died. Who is that man? Who is that man? Aro? Ai. Kwani mkikuja mnasoma gani peke yake? Who is this man? One man who sinned that all of us died. Hello? Yeah, somebody's telling me Jesus. Jesus sinned. Yes, I think
Judas.
Oh, Judas. Judas. Lily? Who is this one man?
Lucifer.
Lucifer. Lily? Uko karibu na jibu lakini uko mbali kidogo. Lucifer alipotenda dhambi haikufanya mwanadamu afe. Yes, stand up and shout. Yes, Adam. When Adam sinned, then man was required to die. Because he was told in the book of Genesis chapter 2, verses 15, 16 and 17, of all the fruits in the garden you shall do what? You shall eat. But for that one which is at the center you should not eat. The one which is that shows good or bad, you should not. When you shall eat, you shall surely do what? And then Genesis chapter 3 verses 1, then Lucifer through the serpent comes and speaks to the woman. Okay? And he tells her, did God say? And I hope. What is it? Aya Marisa yenye nilikuwa kwa sababu tunaongea alafu na wewe unapeana maagizo. Be obedient, okay? Now, Satan came and said you can eat, and they ate. When they ate, sin came and they were sent away from Eden. And then Genesis 3:15 says what? Genesis 3:15 says what? God says, I shall put an enmity between the seed of the woman and the seed of the serpent. And he says that the seed of the woman shall crush the head of the seed of the serpent. This was announcing Christ who was to die. Sasa nimewapeleka mbali sana ili niwalete karibu. So after Adam sinned, Christ came and died on the cross. And it is this love that God could send Christ to come and die for us sinners that compels us as pathfinders. I want to read unajua ninaendelea nikingojea. Mimi ndio mnangoja? Basi. Sasa mimi namalizia hapo. Let me read verse 17 and then I sit down. You know, if you give me time, I can speak on and on. Verse 17 says this. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. So when one is in Christ, he is a new creation. All the old things have passed. Behold, all things are new. So when you accept Christ, because Christ has died for you and for me, then you should start living a new life. Usikae tena kukua mkora. Sawa sawa. May God help us that this love that he has shown to us may compel us to be good children. Amen. Aya, tusimame. Anatuombea.
Let's pray. Our dear everlasting Father, we come before you, Jesus. Thank you for this day, Jesus. Thank you for the gift of life, Jesus. As we are continuing, Jesus, be with us, Jesus, in the mighty name of Jesus. I pray, trust, and believe in.
Amen. Next time, uongee na sauti. So, I want to welcome the coordinator to proceed from here. We're done with our devotion. Aya, wale walikuwa na ongoza kwa wimbo, mnaweza leta wimbo tukingojea. Wamepotea tena. Oh, haya. Mtaleta next time. Marisa, ni wimbo walikuwa walete tukiwangoja.
Nimezoea Sabato tunasema happy Sabbath. Sunday tunasema aje? Oh, happy Sunday. Oh, happy Sunday. Happy day. So, good morning. How are you? Siwasikia hata siwasikii. Good morning. How was your night? Sawa. Nawakaribisha nyote, karibuni wazazi pamoja na students, the Pathfinders, karibuni sana. This is the day we've been waiting for. Finally, our visitor is here, and we thank God for this opportunity. I want to believe at the end of the session, tutakuwa make good notes. I want to believe kila mtu ako na kalamu na karatasi. Make good notes, plus pia maybe atashare na parents baadaye, ili tukaweze kusaidiana kwa pamoja. Tusimame zote tukapate ombi. We are praying. Mtakatifu, mtakatifu, Baba na Mungu wetu ishie juu mbinguni. Jehova, asubuhi njema, wakati mzuri tuenyekea miguuni pako, tukilinua na kulisifu jina lako, maana ni jina la kipekee katika maisha yetu. Mfalme, tunasema ni asante kwa kipaji cha uhai. Tunakushukuru Baba kwa ulinzi umetupa usiku mzima, Bwana, na hata usafiri mwema asubuhi ya leo tulipokuwa tukisafiri from our various homes, ili tukaweze kuunganika katika kanisa lako for the program of the day, oh God. Lord, how we pray kwamba tunapoanza tukaweze kuanza pamoja nawe throughout the session. Dear Master, we pray for your guidance and presence, oh God. At the end of the session, ukaweze kutusaidia mtakatifu, so that we understand what you have for us today. As your servant Bernard stand before your children, oh God, may you use him to deliver that which you have for your children. For in Jesus' name I do believe and pray. Amen. Asante. Hapa mbele, we have Mr. Bernard, who comes to us from KICD. Atatueleza mengi atakapoamka. Nimeona mtu akishtuka ati, KICDs in full na manisha? Who can tell me KICD in full? KICD. Hey.
Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development.
Wow, mwambie shine, 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 shine for Jesus every day. Thank you, asanteni sana, karibuni sana. Mr. Bernard, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you in a special way. Karibu.
Asante sana. Hamjambo. How are you? As have been introduced, my name is Bernard Ayore. I am a teacher by profession too. I have worked with KICD and the Kenya National Examination Council. So this morning, I'm here to share with you on the new curriculum. Let me see by the show of hands, how many parents are in here? Parents, please. Parents. Aya. Watoto wa grade gani? Grade 1, 2, 3. Kuna PP1, PP2? No. Grade 1, grade 2, grade 3? Yes. Grade 1, grade 2. Aya. Kuna grade? Grade 3. Grade 4, 5, and 6. Grade 4, 5, and 6. Aya, quite number. Junior school, grade 7, 8, and 9. Grade 7, 8, and 9. Good. So, hao kwanza ndio tutaongea zaidi. So, dear parents, maybe probably what I'm going to share, I would like you to get it more so that then we can be able to share with our children. But the junior school definitely will be on the same level, and the others I'll just build from down, and then they will be able to know where they are heading to. So to answer, but maybe I will pose this question to our parents. Do we have people in our communities where we come from who are successful and they never got good grades? Parents, kuna watu wako successful na hawakupata masomo mazuri shuleni? Are there people who are successful and they never got good grades? Why are they successful and they never got good grades? Chances are maybe they are critical thinkers. They can be able to look at a problem in a society and organize themselves to provide that need. I'm not saying that grades are not important. Grades are important, but then the competence-based education or curriculum now comes to equip the learners with those skills that they require in life. So let's start this. Inaitwaje, ni CBC ama ni CBE? See? Tulikuwa na ilikuwa CBC ikabadilika ikakuwa nini? CBE. Okay? Yes. So that is what I'm going to talk about. But before that, I want quickly to build to help our parents where we have come from, where we are, and where we are going. And then the children, you will be able to write that. So, dear parents, or the children who are in here, when did our country get independence? Which year was that? Which year did it get independence? Anybody? Junior school, lower primary, and all that? 1963. As when we got the independence, we had a curriculum. Sasa, nataka tuandike hiyo, where we are coming from. Tulikuwa na 7, 4, 2, 3. 7, 4 what? 2, 3. Aya, tuandike, tutabuild pole pole, alafu tufike yetu na tuone tunaenda wapi. Okay? Yes. 7, hapa ilikuwa inamaanisha 7, watoto walikuwa namalizia primary class 7. Primary ended at what level? Class 7. Wakafanya 4 years, from 1 to form 4, tulikuwa tunaita O level. Tukafanya form 5, form 6. Then wakafanya nini? Wakaenda university. So it was 7, 4, 2, 3. Tuko pamoja hapo? Haya. Then after some time, around 1981, the late Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi formed a commission to start a second university in this country. And then in the process, now, what was born there? 8 what? 4, 4. 8, 4, 4. From that first curriculum, the 7, 4, 2, 3, this first one was meant more for white-collar jobs. Those who went to school got opportunities in offices and all that. So it addressed the need of a society at that time. Tukakuja hii ikaitwa 844. How many years in primary school? 8 years. How many in secondary school? 4 years. And how many in the university? 4, and depending on the course. So tukaita hii ni 844. Education for self-reliance. Now we have a new curriculum which we are referring as the competence-based education, which we initially were calling competence-based curriculum. Now we have competence-based education. Now, kama hii ilikuwa 7423, hii ni 844. Hii ingine ni gani? Nani atatuambia? Sasa hii ni gani? Hebu kila mtu andike yake chini. After 7423 844, hii ni CBC. Pia iko na numbers kama hizi. Hebu tuandike chini. Tunajua kila mtu andike ndio tu sasa mnipatie jibu. Andika yako ile unajua. Ile mwalimu amekuambia shuleni, what the parents know, can we write it down? Aya, nani atatuambia? Nani atatusaidia hii ingine? Anybody? Anybody? Jaribu tu. All answers are correct. I will just correct them. Anybody? Aya, watoto wa junior school, parents, grade 4, 5, 6. You want to try? Yes, please tell us.
24/7. 4/7.
Sema. Ama kuja iandike hapa. Andika yako pale haraka haraka. Andika. Aya, ameandika hiyo namba. Hiyo ndio curriculum tuko nayo. Walimu na nani mwingine alikuwa anataka kujaribu? Just come. Yeah, just come and write quickly. Your cameraman, good, photographer, just write for us there. Six, 3, 3, 3. He's tried. Anybody again wants to try? Sasa tuiandike. Okay, which one? Tell me. 6, 4,
6, 3, 4, 3.
6, 3, 4, 3. 6, 3, 4, 3. Sasa we need to get it right. Sisi wote tuiandike sasa. The one we have is 2, anza na 2, 6, 3, 3, 3. Asandika hiyo. Tulikuwa na 7, 4, 2, 3. Sasa tukaja na 844 yenye inaisha saizi. Sasa tuko na 2, 6. Can we say all of us? 2. Very good. So 2 years in PP1, PP2. PP1, PP2. Those are for the 2 years. 6 years from which one? Grade 1 to grade 6. 3 years for 7, 8, 9. Junior school. Then 3 years senior under. Senior what? Very good. But now, when we started with CBC, wakati huo ilikuwa inaitwa junior secondary na senior secondary school. But now, we don't use the word secondary school. We say junior school, senior school. Can you say junior school, senior school? Senior school. So, junior school, 3 years. Senior school, how many years? 3 years. Na hii 3 ya mwisho ni which one? University. So it is 2, 6, 3, 3, 3. Tunamaliza, tunaenda university. So wale mko lower primary, you are in the 6 years. Now upper primary. Then we will go to junior school. Wale mko junior school grade 7, 8 and 9. I saw you are many. Then we proceed now to where? Senior school, which will be grade 10, 11 and 12. For our dear parents, the junior school sasa ni ile kama class 7, class 8 na form 1 wakiweko pamoja ndio junior school at this curriculum. So quickly then, I'll go to the next. So, our children now have started from early years of education. This one I will say very briefly. Dear parents, tulifanya assessment. Have we done assessments in school? Yes. Now we don't call them exams or examinations. They are called what? Assessments. To answer, we had a national assessment in grade 3. We had a national assessment at grade 3. We have another one at grade 4. Nimeweka 6 kwanza, national, before I go to 4. And then there is another one which will be coming at 9. And there is a last one which comes at grade 12. So, tumesema hii ni, kwanza niandike hapa, 2663. In grade 3, wakati, what am I saying? This curriculum is meant to nurture every learner's potential. That every child who comes to school, the teachers, the parents, and everybody, we need to identify their talent, what they are good at, and nurture that. If they are good in sciences, we nurture that. If they are good in sports, we do it. If it's in music and all that, everybody should be successful at the end of the day. So in grade 3, we sat for an assessment. Do we have grade 9s here? Grade 9? Grade 9? Anybody in grade 9? Ah, very good, grade 9. Remember, dear parents, the grade 9s are the ones who went to clean the market. Mnakumbuka wale walienda clean market? Yes. So in grade 3, wanafanya a national assessment, which we call care. Sasa iandike chini, then nikwambie what it is in full. In grade 3, they do that. They are only assessed in 3 subjects or 3 learning areas. Sasa, tunaziita learning areas. At the same time, what subject still is used? Learning areas is very common. So in grade 3, they were assessed in mathematics and English, and then they were given a project, which we call integrated learning assessment. So they sat for this assessment. How do we call this assessment? The K stands for what? Kenya Early Years Assessment. Kenya Early Years Assessment. Sasa andika hiyo dictation, andika in full. Kenya Early Years Assessment. Wakafanya grade 3. Mtihani inaitwaje? Kenya Early Years Assessment. Wakafanya project na those 2 learning areas. But wale wako grade 9, they also sat for Kiswahili at that time. But the others, they only do English and mathematics, where we assessed oral assessment, written assessment, and then they do that. So they were assessed at that. So from there, we move now to the next level. Wakakuja, which after grade 3, wakaenda grade 4. After grade 3, they went to grade 4. In grade 6, walifanya mtihani. Which one did you sit in grade 6? CPE. KPSEA. KPSEA stands for? KPSEA stands for what? Aya. Kenya. Hiyo sasa ya kwanza. P for pupil. Kenya. This was early. This was P. What do you think P was at? Primary. Kenya primary. S is for what? School. E is for education assessment. Kenya primary school education assessment. Kenya primary school education what? assessment. Wakafanya mtihani huo grade where? Grade 6. Okay? Then in grade 9 watafanya mtihani. Inaitwaje huo mtihani? Very good. KJSEA, which stands for now KJSEA. Which stands for what? Sasa hii ni rahisi. Tuna change to K to J. Isn't it? Hii ni Kenya Junior Assessment. Very good. Kenya Junior School Education Assessment. Sasa tutaendelea before they go to university. Wakifanya grade 12, which is like form 4. Grade 12 pia watafanya mtihani. Na hiyo mtihani pia tutaita Kenya. Sasa hii itakuwa tofauti. Kenya sasa hiyo itakuwa nini? Haya, Kenya. Nani atajaribu? Tujaribu. Itakuwa Kenya. Kenya curriculum based education. Very good, you have tried. Anyway, sasa hiyo itaitwa Kenya Certificate of Basic Education. Kenya Certificate Basic Education. Kenya Certificate Basic Education. So tumefika grade 12, tumemaliza hapo. But before I move to the next thing that I want to say, I wanted sisi wote to understand sasa mahali tuko saizi. Haya, now let's go to that. Nitarap hizi kwanza. Kenya Certificate of Basic Education, sasa tufike. When we go to grade 3, before we go to grade 6, remember dear parents, when we were in primary school or when we sat for 844, sisi tulisoma class 1 mpaka class 8. When we reached class 8, time stopped. You were supposed to remember everything you have learned in primary school for 1 hour, 40 minutes or 2 hours only. Unakumbuka what you have learned from class 1 to class 8? 1 hour. Kama ukumbuki, umeanguka. Kama ulikuwa mgonjwa, you have failed. Do you think it's the best way to assess somebody for 8 years just for 1 hour? Now, for this one, the competence-based education, okay? The learners, that is accumulative assessment, continuous assessment. Sasa tuanze. Tunapofanya grade 3, grade 3 tulisema mtihani yake inaitwaje? Tumesahau. Grade 3 tumesema Kenya Early Years Assessment. Wakati huo watoto wetu wanapewa ile kama vile tulipewa index number, lakini wao wanapewa nini? Assessment number. So they are given assessment number in grade 3, which now they will use the rest of their lives. When they go to grade 4, the Kenya National Examination Council, which will now change from the word examination to assessment, they usually set an assessment. Mtihani, the teachers download the assessment, give to the children to do the assessment, and the scores are sent to the Kenya National Examination Council. Mtihani huo tunafanya ya grade 4. Now nianza na grade 4 before nifike 6. Grade 4 inaitwa SBA, School Based Assessment. School Based what? Assessment. School Based Assessment. Grade 4 tunafanya School Based Assessment set by the Kenya National Examination Council. Tunafanya 3rd term of the year, lakini tunaanza 2nd term. Grade 4, 5 and 6, grade 4 and 5. Have you started? Are you doing projects in schools? Are you doing projects? Yes. So they are assessed in project assessment, written assessment and oral assessment. What are they assessed? Project assessment, written assessment ya kuandika mtihani, na oral. Usimame pale ama ukae, mwalimu akuulize maswali, then you respond. You keep eye contact. Uangalie mwalimu kwa macho. You answer the question with confidence, okay? And answer the questions well. Then the teacher will score the marks. Either you are exceeding expectation, meeting expectation, approaching, or below expectation. Then you do the projects. So dear parents, the project that they are doing right now, ask those who are in grade 4 and 5, that the project they are doing right now, then the parents need to provide the materials. Don't make for them. Ukiambiwa utengeneze broom, if you go and buy a broom and bring the broom, you will score what will you score? If you buy a broom, what will you score? Below expectation. If your parent akikutengenezea your broom, what will you score? If your parent makes the brooms and gives you to come to school, what will you score? Below expectation. The broom is not yours. We are not assessing the parents. The parents will give you the materials ile unahitaji. Wewe ufanye na mkono yako, utengeneze moja ya kwanza ikatae, ushindwe ufanye ya pili mpaka mwisho utengeneze. We are interested in the process. Wakati unafanya hivyo, unakomaa kiakili, unaanza kuona which one works, which one does not work, you become a better student. So it is you to do it. The teachers will not help you. We will guide you, but then you will do it. So tunasema grade 4 mnafanya mtihani inaitwaje? School based assessment. Hii mtihani ita add to KIPSEA. Ukianguka ujue umeanza kuanguka KIPSEA ya grade 6. Walimu wanakuassess, tutatuma marks yako kwa Kenya National Examination. Kwa hivyo project, finish your project and give your best. When the teacher is going to ask you oral questions, with confidence, you answer the questions, you will score a mark. When it comes to written assessment, ukipewa mathematics, science and technology, okay, agriculture, you revise well and pass. What will we give you? We will give you 20%. What percentage hiyo mtihani yote ya grade 4? What percentage? What percentage? 20%. Tukienda grade 5, tena we do another one. Tukupatie another 20. Wale wa kwanza, wale walikuwa grade 6, wale the first cohort walifanya wakiwa grade 6, tena wakafanya another 20%. Hizo zote zikakuwa ngapi? 60%. Lakini sasa I want to say this. Now I want you to write this. The school-based assessment in grade 4 and 5, what we are doing, carries 60%. Carries what percentage? 60%. In grade 4, tutaku assess. Initially grade 6 walifanya school-based assessment, which was adding to 60%, but now it's combined in a way that the school-based assessment for grade 4 and 5 carries a 60%. So let's just put it that way, a 60%. Grade 4 and 5 school-based assessment, 60%. That would be better. You better write it that way. So now, grade 6 ndio unafanya gani? Grade 6 tukasema unafanya gani? KIPSEA. Hizi za grade 4 and 5, you have done written assessment, oral assessment, and project assessment. 60. What is missing to make 100%? What is missing? This is a mathematics. What is missing? Now you have got 60 plus a box equals to 100. What is missing to make it 100%? What is missing? 40. Very good. So hii KIPSEA iko na percentage gani? 40%. So dear parents, hiyo ya mwisho watafanya grade 6. How many grade 6 do we have here? Grade 6. Grade 6 wako? Grade 6. So our grade 6 right now have got 60%. What they are waiting for is what percentage? 40%. The 40 yenye watafanya KIPSEA, which will be multiple choices, but the school-based assessment, most of it is structure. So you fill in, you write well. So tumefika hapo 60%. Wakitoka hapo, sasa tunaenda wapi? After grade 6, where do you go to? Junior school, isn't it? Grade 7. Let's go to junior school. Tuingie. Now, tumemaliza hiyo. We go to junior school, JS, grade 7, 8, and 9. Now, grade 7, 8, and 9, I want to say this. Tukimaliza grade 6, tukiingia grade 7, wale wako grade 7 right now, those who are in grade 7 right now. How many grade 7? Very good. So dear parents, if you have a child in grade 7, huyo alipoingia grade 7 mwaka huu, bila aliingia 7 hivi, G7, akona 20%. Akona what percentage? 20%. Let me explain that. Ajafanya mtihani, aliingia January. Bila aliingia tu January shule akaingia grade 7. Tulimpatia 20. Hii 20 imetoka wapi? Ile kazi yote amefanya primary, grade 4, 5 and 6, KIPSEA. So hii 20% comes from KIPSEA. But remember, KIPSEA was building towards 100% from school-based assessment. So what he has done in primary, the Ministry of Education works in a way and computes it that you get a 20%. So depending on how you scored. So already wanaingia wakiwa na 2018 and all that, depending on how they had performed in the previous, so it is worked. So they have, not everybody has got that 20%. So ukiingia 7, uko already na 20%. Si ulisoma grade 4, ukafanya mtihani, isn't it? Grade 5, grade 6 umefanya. We have started seeing how you are scoring in your learning areas. So, grade 7. Amepakisha ngapi afikisha 100%? Amepakisha ngapi? 80%. Hey, they are good mathematician here. 80%. Now, twende, akifika hii grade 7, vile anafanya sasa. This term, grade 7, have we started projects? Are we having projects in our schools right now? Yes. They will also do school-based assessment in grade 7. SBA in 7 will also take another 20%. So, by the end of this year, grade 7, utakuwa na marks ngapi? Utakuwa na ngapi? KIPSEA 20, school-based what? 20. Hiyo inakupatia ngapi? 40%. Sasa, wale grade 7, umeandika hiyo yenu ya 20, na hapa mfanya another 20, iwe 40. Tukitoka hapo, twende grade 8. Grade 8 tena wao watafanya school-based assessment, 20%, project assessment, written assessment, oral assessment. Sasa, walimu shuleni will assess you. So when you are given a project, give your best. The school-based assessment that you will be given, the written assessment, give your best. And the oral assessment, with the confidence, answer the questions. Then you will score that mark. Now, kama tumekupatia KIPSEA 20, grade 7 20, grade 8 umepata 20. Wale wako grade 9 wakiingia January watakuwa na marks ngapi? What marks will they have? Which marks they will have? Sorry, I made a mistake there. Just a moment, please. Allow me for this. I want you to make a correction here. This 2 gives you 20. Sorry, this 10, 10. This one gives you 10%, 20 pack, school-based assessment, 10, and school-based assessment here, 10. Yes. Let's give that. 10, 10. So grade 7 and 8 gives you 20. 10, right? 10. Have you corrected that one? Have you corrected for grade? School-based assessment. KIPSEA, it is 20, but But a school-based assessment in junior school comes only to 10 and 10. So 20 plus 10 plus 10 gives you what? 40. So ukiingia grade 9 first term, grade 9, you already have the 40. So what will be Kenya Junior School Education Assessment? What will be the Kenya Junior School Education Assessment? Already you have 40. What is missing to make it 100? What is missing to make it 100? 60. So the grade 9s who are waiting to sit for assessment this year, ni percentage ngapi wanangojea? 60%. You're waiting for 60%. Grade 9 are waiting for 60%. However, dear parents, wale tuko grade 9, we have already started for the Kenya Junior School Education Assessment coming at the end of this year. For them, they have started a project, but that project adds to the final assessment. Ni kama vile high school, they were starting projects agriculture nini at the middle of the year and all that. So, which practicals do we have as grade 9s at the moment? Mnafanya gani? Have you started creative arts, grade 9, can I see? Creative arts, meanza? Yes? Have you started? Anybody who can sing for us a song on what you're doing? Okay. They're having a project on creative arts and sports, okay? On a learning area called creative arts and sports. So they have started a project. Take it serious because it's going to add to the final, what you're going to have at the final. However, we're looking at your interest. I'll come to that. So they have started the project. Then on 24th of October, they have rehearsal to sit for which assessment? The Kenya Junior School Education Assessment, which will take 6 days. 24th of October, rehearsal. Then you start on 27th, you finish on 3rd November. So that is how it will end there. So, let me now move to something else. Tumefika hapa, tumefanya 60%. Maybe I finish up to grade 12, then I can go back. After grade 9, now we have got 60. We've sat for all the years others, it makes 100%. Now you transit to where? To senior school. Tunaenda which grades now? Which grades? Senior school will be which grades? Grade 10, 11, and 12. That one I'll be very brief before I come to transition for that. So, in this one, when you join grade 10, next year grade 9, when you join grade 10, now the assessment for your primary KIPSEA or junior school is only helping you to get to that level. But as you're transiting to university, they will not consider what you had in where? In the junior school. Here, all these, in 10, 11, and 12, you will sit for school-based assessment, which will carry 30%. In grade 10 and 11, you will have that school-based assessment, which will carry what percentage? 30%. But then when you sit for the final, ile ya grade 12 ukienda university, what percentage will it have? If this one is 30. So, the Kenya Certificate of Basic Education will have what percentage? 70. Now, from there, you're going to university. So, it will carry 30%, and then you have the 70%. That will be that final. They are photocopies. Now, that is how we'll be able to proceed that. Now we want to look at how then do our children transit from junior school to senior school. Junior school to senior school. Hi. We are going to select schools. We're going to select schools. wale wako grade 9, wale wako grade 7, wale wako grade 6, wale wako grade 4. When you get to grade 9, then now we're going to select schools to go to senior school. All the secondary schools will be senior school. There is no national school, no county school, no what? No extra county, no provincial schools, nothing like that. All schools will now be classified in this category. Senior school pathways. What we're doing is that from PP1 up to grade 9, the learner, the child must be able to have discovered what they are good at. So in junior school, it's exploration stage. You have many learning areas in junior school. In fact, junior school has got more learning areas, all subjects compared to the others. But then it is exploration. You identify, what am I good at? Now you make a decision where you want to join. Are you good in arts and sports? Is your interest in arts and sports? Arts and sports science? That is the first pathway, or maybe just classify that. Or are you good in social what? Social sciences? Or are you good at what? STEM. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Are you good at that? So, which is your area? Now, those who are in grade 9, or those who are in grade 4, or those everywhere must start now seeing this. That when we finish grade 9, we are going to senior school, 10, 11, and 12. This is where we are going. So it is you to decide, where do you want to go? Do you want to go, what does STEM stand for? Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Where do you think? Somebody who wants to be a musician, where will he go? Which way? You want to, a musician would go to which place? The first one, the second, or the third? The first one, which is arts and sports science. Somebody who wants to be a doctor, ataenda wapi? Daktari. Which is STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. Somebody wants to be a lawyer. Want to be a lawyer. Want to be a lawyer. Where will I go? A lawyer. Yes. 2, which is social sciences. You are very bright children, so you can see. So if you want to be a lawyer, social sciences, arts and sports. An engineer, taenda wapi? Engineer. Yes, anybody? Where? The third one. A carpenter wants to, carpenter, where will the carpenter go? Yes. Aye. The third one, STEM, okay? Welding, nataka kutengeneza dirisha saidi church yote, welding. Naweka hii welding. Ataenda wapi? Welding, mwenye nataka kufanya welding. Unajua wale watu wa kuchomelea dirisha na nini? Yeye ataenda shule gani? Which pathway? Ataenda STEM. Very good. So those are the areas that this will go. Are they very? Okay. There is something I wanted to give you here, then you can be able to have a look for easy elaboration, but however, I don't have the copy, so I'll ask you probably to. Let's now go to these ones, and I will try to explain. Hope you will be able to understand. So we have got this as, dear parents, this will be the pathways for senior school. Now, let me say this. Schools will provide this depending on the facilities that they have. So there are those ones which may give arts and sports, social sciences, and STEM, the three of them. So those ones will be triple pathway. They will give all this. So, and the schools, there are those ones which will only give two, depending on the facilities. But STEM, this one here, is a must for all schools. It will be there in all schools. So, I want to now, I explained something here on those pathways. This one cannot be seen, but how will you be placed in senior school? How will you be placed in senior school? Once you finish grade 9, you will be placed in any of those pathways depending on your selection. But before I go to selection, let me give you the tracks that are here. Arts and sports, what will be there? There will be sports science. Hapo unaweza andika tracks. So that I want you to write that, because then it will be easy for you. Tracks that will be there. Okay, we have tracks. So we have the first track here, which will be there, will be sport science. And then there is another track which will be for arts. That if I'm interested, so what I was explaining here, tuko na sport science, tuko na arts, okay? Hapa tuko na humanities and business studies. Nataka muandike humanities. Yes. Question, please. Yeah.
My question is, now that STEM will be compulsory, and we have arts and sports, then social sciences. Now when it comes to selection, I don't know where that's where you are heading to. How will the child know, or the parent know, that this certain school has got the facility over that? Thank you.
I'm getting to that. So tuende sasa, hapo ndio naelekea. Maybe now this one will be more 4-4. So kwanza tujue, kuna hii ya kwanza iko na arts and sports, iko na sports science and arts, okay? Hii ya pili iko na humanities and business studies. Kama unaweza andika, but they're going to project that. Humanities and business studies, okay? Humanities and business studies, okay? Yes. Wait together. Then ya tatu iko na language and literature. Language and literature. Andika hapa. Social sciences iko na language and literature. Hao watoto wote najua the teachers have given you dictation. Language and literature, but the parent will be able to. Tuko na hizo. Twende ya tatu ya STEM. Ya kwanza iko na pure science. Track ni pure. Ukienda STEM, you're not going to study everything in STEM. Kuna first track inaitwa pure science. There is the next track tunaita applied science. Applied science. Na kuna ya mwisho tunaita technical studies. Pure science, applied science, and technical what? Studies. And technical studies. Okay? Yes. Tuko pamoja hapo? Sawa sawa. Now, hizo ndizo pathways ziko hapo. Now, before then they join here, the learners first must be able to know, how am I performing in my primary school? How am I in junior school? How is my performance in junior school? Am I good in mathematics? Am I good in this? So the first thing that you need to check there is the first step. What we're going to look at is what we refer as subject combination. Subject what? Combination. Subject combination. What is it good am I at? If you want to go to, let's pick the first one, ile mlikuwa na social sciences. Social science. Okay? Social science. I will talk to the technician. There is a slide I have here. Maybe I can talk to him. He can be able to. Now, nataka kufanya, let's go to social science. Mlikuwa na track ya social sciences. Everybody, let's start with that social science. Yes? Everybody where you had social science, tuje hapa. Social science. Kuna humanities and what? Business studies nimewambia. Twende kwa social sciences, language and literature. Kama unataka kufanya courses in languages and literature, you must do well in your junior school. In which subjects? English and Kiswahili. You must do very well in English and Kiswahili, so that you can be selected to the School of Languages and what? Literature. If you want to go to humanities and business studies, you want to be a lawyer, you want to do business, okay? Anthropology, sociology, and all that, you must do well in grade what? In grade 9, social studies, religious education, and pre-technical. So let me say this, dear parents. This one will not be the total marks. Bila tunafanya class 8, tunasema 400 marks. Are we together? It's not 400 marks. It is your subject combination that will take you to a particular school. It is your total, it is your subject, that how you have performed. So we are not going to look at that. There are 9 learning areas, there are 9 subjects, add all the marks, and then now go to a particular school. No, it is your subject combination. Briefly, so that I move step by step. Grade 9 junior school, you understand. Hapa kuna compulsory subject or core subjects. Okay? You're only supposed to have only 7 subjects when you go to senior school. Only 7. Core subjects are these. English is a must. Okay? Kiswahili is a must. Okay? Kiswahili. When you go to Kiswahili, which is the other one? There are 4. Social studies, mathematics, very good, and yes, agriculture, theory, science. Anybody else again? Tuko na hizo mbili, zimepaki mbili ziwe. Oh, there is somebody who told us mathematics. So maths is compulsory. Maths is compulsory there. And the last one is PE. So those ones are compulsory across. kama vile tulikuwa nafanya high school, the core subject. So kuna mathematics, English, Kiswahili, and which one? PE. How many are remaining to make them 7? How many are remaining to make 7? How many are remaining? 3 subjects to make the total ziwe ngapi? 7 for senior school. These 3 is now what you're going to select. Is now what you're going to select from this pathway that you're going. Is what you're going to select. The 3 subjects. Now, core subjects, 4 of them, and then the last 3 you select to make them 7. If you want to study, let me take for example, a child who wants to get into, what do we say? Wants to be a doctor. First must have the 4 core learning areas. Then, which subject should you perform now in junior school? Which subject? Of course, you know what you're supposed to perform in junior school. Which one you perform? Integrated science and mathematics you do well. But when you get to senior school, you're going to study, let's say you have taken the 4 subjects. If you want to be a doctor, then you have a subject combination of, maybe you have advanced mathematics, okay, biology, and chemistry. So it will make you to get into this. So when you go to senior school, you must take advanced mathematics, biology, or chemistry for you to get into that career. So what should you have performed well in primary, in junior school? Integrated science and mathematics. So let me break it now, very simple, before I go to how we select schools. I want everybody to indicate in. Let's write this one down. Let's write this. Dear parents, the first thing all the candidates you're going to do is to pick your careers first. What are you interested in? What is my interest? Interest comes number 1. What is my interest? So I want each one of us now, you write what you want to be when you grow up. 3 of them. Parents, we can just write that, then it will help us. 3, grade 9, grade 7, grade 1, grade 2, write 3 subjects you want. 3 careers that you want. 3 careers. What are these careers that you want? The first one is your best, the second one is your optional, and the last one is your third. Just the learners must be able to know what they are interested in first. Anybody who was given to give us an example? Write down what you want to be when you grow up. Quickly, write down. Write down. What you love doing. Do you want sports? Do you want to get into farming? Do you want to be a nurse? Do you want to be a doctor? Do you want to be an engineer? What do you want to be? That is the first thing you write. Have you written that down? Yes. After writing that, that is your interest. That is your interest. Aya? Anybody wants to share with us what he wants to be? What he wants to be? Aye. Yes, tell us. Yes. The first choice of yours. Accountant. Yes, an accountant. Yes. A driver. And a doctor. Okay? Yes. Sasa, you want to be an accountant. Okay? Let me just speak that, then I come to you. So, the first thing is what? The first thing that he must be able to know, he wants to be an accountant. Okay? So if he wants to be an accountant, that is the first choice. What are the subjects that you need to do well now in school for you to be an accountant? So, tuko na number 1, career. Uliandika the 3 careers. Next to your career, write the subject that you need to do well so that you can be able to be a doctor, to be a nurse, to be what? Right? An accountant. Which subject will you do well? Which subject must do well in school for you to be an accountant? Mathematics. Any other? Any other? He can even do pre-technical. Okay? Pre-technical, parents, pre-technical has got computer in it, has got, what again do you have in pre-technical? Business studies, okay? Yes. And pre-technical itself. So pre-technical, because it's got business in it, you will do that. You must be able to do well in that. So mathematics and that. Tuko pamoja? So therefore, I'm picking that as an example. It wants to be. When it comes to school selection, yes. 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 Very good. Very good. So, once he has got the 4, okay? Yes. Once he has got the 4 subjects. Once he's got the 4 subjects, one thing he needs to know first is what am I supposed to do well in primary, okay? For me to be an accountant. Are we together? So he knows he has to do well in what? In mathematics, okay? He has to do well in what? In pre-technical, okay? Yes. So those gives you how many? Gives you 2 learning areas, but in high school they will be able to change. Now, once he has done that, he must be able to know that if, before you think of even the senior school, what are my personality traits? Yes. So we go to what? To personality. To personality. Now, am I a person who is social? Am I a social person who loves working with people? Okay? Yes. Because there is a child who may say, I want to be a doctor. Okay? He's performed well to be a doctor. But when you ask him, what do you fear most? Blood. He wants to be a doctor. He scores well in mathematics, but then his character trait is not there. Okay? Yes. So therefore, it is important for us first also to be able to know what is your personality trait? Does it go hand in hand with what? With your career. So, are you artistic? Artistic ni wale watu wanapenda kufanya nini? Love, enjoy expressing themselves, okay? Yes. Am I social? Okay? Am I enterprising? Like him now, like accounting and business will go hand in hand, isn't it? Enterprising and all that. So when he goes to senior school, he's likely to do what? To study business studies, okay? Plus what? Advanced mathematics, okay? So those 2 will be added. So let's subject combination yake ya senior school. Primary amefanya nini? Mathematics and pre-technical, okay? Senior school subject combination, advanced mathematics, afanya na business. Are we together? Business studies. The third one, to make it 7, it is him now to choose what he will want to. Am I interested? Maybe can I also add like computer studies as my third or another subject, okay? Yes, why am I adding computer? I'll be in accounting, I may be more of doing with what? Computing and all that. So that will be the subject combination. Dear parents and those who are in grade 9, we have 571 subject combinations, okay? Yes, I will share with you the subject combinations and then you'll be, and the careers, then you are able to equate on what is the subject combination. I have it here in soft, I will be able to share with you. Maybe I explain, then you can ask the question later. Maybe in my process of explaining, probably you will be able, I'll answer the other question that you're raising here. So, sorry for those ones who got lost a little. How many core subjects are there in senior school? Subject that we're going to take? 4. Yes, but it's too tiny, you may not be able to see, maybe, probably. But English, Kiswahili, mathematics, PE, compulsory. I will share. Kindly, can I share this one on WhatsApp? Just give me a minute. Okay, please. Wale watoto wanatoka nje, just a moment, usitoke. What I was saying is that the core subjects here are those 4, then they will be able to pick from any depending on their career choice. So I said the first thing you have to do to select senior school, to answer number 1, umeandika your career, the careers. The careers now helps you to select a school. Don't start with a school. Why a school? Alliance. So why do you need alliance? Why do you need this school? Not a school. Your career first. Okay? The junior school, have you written your 3 careers? The 3 careers. Once you write the 3 careers, what does it require for me to perform? What do I need to perform in primary school to be that? If I want to be a musician, I need what? Creative arts. Okay? I need creative arts. If I want to get into, for example, if I pick this one, if I want to get into aviation, what do I need? I need pre-technical, must be there. Advanced, I need my mathematics, it must be there. If I want to get into sports, lazima ni perform right now creative arts, na sports pia lazima ni perform nini? Integrated science. Kwa sababu kuna sport science in it. So the first thing, what are my careers? The 3 careers that you love most in order of preference. Then we come to how are you performing right now? Okay, performance. Then we look at your personalities. The Kenya National Examination Council may be able to carry a psychometric test, but then you need to know what do you love doing. Wewe ni mtu are you social with the others? Ni mtu wa mikono, kufanya kazi na mikono ama nini? Those are very key. Then lastly now you are going to look at the schools. You're going to look at the schools. How many schools are we going to select? The learners are going to select 12 schools. How many schools? 12. Out of the 12 schools, right there, you're going to select 12 schools. Out of the 12 schools, 9 of them will be boarding schools. 9 will be boarding schools. And the 3 will be day school. But I will explain how they will go. 9 boarding and the 3 are day. So when you go to select, look at your first career. What career did you select? Angalia career hilo uliangalia kwanza. Hiyo ndio kitu ya kwanza. Once you have looked at that career, this is the career. The school, the teachers will give you subject combinations of your career. Subject combinations of your career will be given by them because it is in the portal. If you want to be an agricultural engineer, for example, the subject combinations will give you agriculture, computer science, and maybe physics or general science. What are my subject combinations? So you select 4 schools based on your career. Based on your career and the subject combination for that. Then you go to the second choice. You are selecting 3 schools. You are selecting first choice, second choice, and third choice. First choice, first career. You go to the second choice, your second career, which is the other career that you're interested in. And then the last choice will be the last career. So we're looking at first your interest. What is your interest first? If I give, for example, if my interest is to be a doctor, my subject combination will be advanced mathematics in senior school and biology and maybe another subject. But right now, I should be doing what? Well, in mathematics and integrated science. And my personality are related to a doctor. If I want to go to sports, I'll have to do right now well in creative arts and then get subject combination in senior school which goes with that. Either recreation, sports and recreation, and biology and another subject. So in simple, I think, yes, you can open that one for KICD. Yes, you can scroll to the to the next. You can okay, you can stop there first. You can see the core subjects. We said English. Can you read them? Is on this one. Then you will select other three, the first and the second, depending on what you want to be in life. The teachers will guide you. We have the subject combinations. There are many. I said 571. So we'll be given that and you'll be able. We can move to the next one. Okay. Things like ICT, that is computer, PPI, and the community service learning will be given to all learners. Let's go to the next one because I will leave you this. These are the categorization of senior school, the schools. You will have which school there? You will have those ones which will be triple. Triple means they will offer STEM, social sciences, and they will also offer which one? Arts and sports. There will be schools like that. There are those ones which only offer two pathways, either STEM and social sciences, or STEM and what? And arts and sports. So that will be there. There will be either single school, that is single gender, or mixed gender. So either boys only, there will be day, or hybrid. Hybrid, I want to say, dear parents, even the national schools, that we don't have national schools. Those which will be offering boarding schools and facilities, like Alliance and Mango and all that, they will still have a day school wing this time. A day school, but will only take 10%. So when you are selecting, you can also be able to select a day wing in Alliance. If you can be able to go there in the morning and come in the evening, but they would only take what percentage? Only 10% of the learners, but they will have performed, okay? But when you are selecting, ensure that you select that kind of. Let's move to the next one. Then we can be able to see. Yes, those are still schools, the pathway, accommodation, and what they will be able to offer. We can go to the next one. Already I had explained that. Categorization of senior school, still the same. The triple pathway, the triple which will offer the 3-track, the 3 pathways, those which will be double and all that. So the schools can offer 3 depending on facilities, 2 depending on facilities that they have. So when you are selecting, are you selecting a triple pathway? It will depend on what you want to study. Let's move to the next one. Now, how you will be placed in senior school. Achievement tests. These are interest. Achievement is your performance now. Then we'll look at the learner's questionnaire, interest and personality, which you have said. What are your personality traits? What do you like? Are you a social person? Are you investigative? Wewe ni mtu wa hesabu? What is it? Okay? Are you linguistic or lingual intelligence? Then the last one is alternative assessment. That one can be done like a psychometric test. And your performance, your personality traits and interests will be looked into that. Let's go to the next one. Okay, we have career. Now, just career. Senior school pathways, the learners will be best there. Remember when we go to senior, you are starting your specialization. You begin your specialization in senior school. What you want to be, you begin it next year, those who are in grade 9. That is where you are starting. So you must be able to make your choices right now very key. What are the careers that I need? And the careers are not all the traditional careers that we know. Our parents, our teachers should be able to guide us. What are the future careers that will be existing, that do not exist today? So therefore, a lot of career guidance needs to be done for us to be able to know that this is what I want. Don't choose because your friend has chosen it. Don't choose because mom loves it. Do you love what you'll be doing? And then it will be very, very, very clear. See, we can move to the next one. Now, we have that. That's what I wanted us to have. Nataka tuiangalie kabisa if we can be able to see it. Kindly look at that. Tuko na STEM, pure science. Can you see STEM, pure science? If your eyes can be able to see. Then there is subject as senior school, mathematics, chemistry, physics, and all that. integrated science na ufanye vizuri mathematics. Those who want to be doctors, pharmacy, engineer, pharmacy, anything in medicine will go to the pure science system. The applied science, agricultural engineering, computer engineering, home science and all that, which subject must you be able to perform well in? If you want to get into that, if you want to do agricultural engineering, computer engineering, those who want to do well in computer engineering, right now in junior school, you must be able to do well in what? Agriculture, pre-technical. Those are the 2 that will be added to the 4 to give you 6 and then plus any other of your choice. Tuendelee chini, kuna technical, kuna languages, all that, dear parents. What I want to say is this. I'll only explain one. I will leave you with the slide so that you can be able to study and have a look at it. Column 1 shows you the pathway. I want to go to STEM. But column 2 shows you the track. Is it pure science you want? Is it applied science? Is it technical? And what are the subjects in there? Technical, iko na aviation. I want to be a pilot. Aviation iko, building construction iko, electricity iko, power mechanics, metal work and woodwork. If I want to be a pilot, then what should I be doing well now in my primary school, in my junior school? I must do well in junior school, pre-technical studies, mathematics, and any other learning areas, which now will be able to be looked at, will be added. Then aviation, and then for me to get there. So the first column shows you what you want, the track, the subject, and then the cluster in primary, in junior school. But of course, I've just said, your interest is very key, what you want to be, and your performance now. Let's move to the next one. They just repeated all the same, all the way. Let's tuendelee. Assessment in grade 9, nilikuwa nimeelezea hiyo, tukasema 20% in where? Primary school, 20% in school-based assessment, that is grade 10 plus 10 ya 7 ni 10, ya 8 ni 10, ikatupatia 20, and 60 tupatie summative ndio waende senior school. Let's go to the next one. Aya, tuangalie hiyo. For you to go to the school of your choice, first thing there, uwe level, achievement level 8. Iko na nini? 8.0. What I mean here is that ukiwa shuleni, you must be scoring that subject that you love 90 to 100. 90 to 100 ndio uweze kuachieve kwenda to your place of career. Now, I want us, all the children to fanya hivi before we proceed. Write your 3 best subjects in school. Zile unapita vizuri, the 3 of them. 3 best subjects, 3 best subjects, 3 of them, the 3 best. Andika zile unapenda, 3 zile unapenda kabisa. 3 best learning areas, the 3 best learning areas. Zile unapenda. The 3 of them, the 3 best learning areas. Umeandika? Umeandika? Ule akona karibu na parent wake, angalia aone nini ameandika. Or if you're next to another child, angalia zile ameandika. Any parent who is closer to a child, just check what they have written. Check zile 3 ameandika 3. Zile anapenda. All the time. Tuangalie zile. Even from grade 4, grade 5, grade 6, that's what you've been doing. Your best 3. Your best 3. If you have checked the best 3, check. Aya. Those parents who have checked the best 3. Anybody? Mama, unaweza tusomea mwenye ako hapo karibu hizo 3 ameandika ni gani? Zile anapita, yani yeye hata mtihani ikija right now anapita tu. Mathematics, English and science. Kama ni wewe ni mzazi, mwalimu wako anaweza confirm hizo ndio unapita. Your teacher can confirm that is the best, that is what you've been doing. You do all the best. Now, mwingine tena, we can read another one somewhere there. Yes. Nani anaweza tusomea? Yes sir. Unaweza soma ya huyo? Anapenda gani? Madam? Maths, English, Kiswahili. Very good. Anybody else? Yes. Social, CRE na pre-tech. Social ndo number 1. CRE followed by CRE. Sasa ukiangalia kama napenda social na CRE, those are the best he has been doing. Yeye ni wa STEM, wa social sciences ama ni wa arts and sports? Huyo ako katika ile category tunasema ya social sciences, okay? Because anapenda CRE and what? And social studies, isn't it? Those are your best. So parents will not be disappointed that I will not be a doctor or an engineer and all that, because the performance can be seen now, okay? What you have written there, what they have written there. Sasa hiyo inakuanza kukusaidia. Mtoto wangu kila wakati nikiangalia tangu awe grade 4, 5, 6 anapenda social studies na CRE ndiye anapita zaidi, isn't it? So unaona mtu wa kwenda social sciences, maybe kufanya law, okay, anthropology, sociology, diplomacy and all that. That is where he's heading to. Lakini kama anapenda hesabu na nini, ni mtu wa anaenda wapi? STEM, okay? Kama yeye ni wa creative arts, hata shuleni sports ana participate, yeye creative arts and music is what he does. Anaenda the school of arts and arts and sports science. That is where. So the performance in classes should start helping us where they are going to senior school. What are the careers that are associated with the subject? So to break it so that I don't make it very much complicated, let me just say it's very simple like this. Watoto, mnasikia? Let me make it very simple this way. Kwanza, uangalie performance yako. Wachana niache na interest kwanza. Performance yako ya shule. Which are your best subjects? Parent tuangalie. Kama anapenda subject fulani, career yake ndio hiyo inaanza kujionyesha hapo. Those are the area. Either it's going to the social sciences, STEM or arts and sports. Lakini kama he wants to get into STEM, he wants to do engineering, he's got a chance to improve in performance because it's not too late. Even for the grade 9s, you still have a chance to improve depending on your interest. So what is my interest? I want to be a lawyer. How am I performing in class? Tuangalie hiyo. So performance will be very, 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 very key. For you to be placed in senior school, performance will be very, very key. So the subject that you have written there, the 3, grade 9s, let me see grade 9. One of you to read for us, grade 9. Juu sasa hawa wamefika mwisho. All grade 9 stand up. All grade 9s. Grade 9. Aya. I will not read everybody, but let me start with that. Ebu tusomea yako ni gani? Right now, from grade 4 mpaka saizi, we're only having a few months to go. What are your best? Mathematics, science, and English. Math, science, and English, she has been doing well. So therefore, which pathway is she inclined into? What's your first career? Pediatrician, isn't it? So therefore, school of where? STEM, okay? Pure science. Ufanye hiyo and all that. So that is where you will be able to get into. Performance, interest has to go hand in hand. Next one, I may not do all, but just let me pick. Next one. Your best that wewe umejaribu zote, your best is English, creative arts and CRE. Which career did you pick? Yes? Fashion design. Unaona? Amepick fashion design as the first career. So, the parents, what is there is there. The learners will choose for themselves. We're not going to force them what they want to be. Fashion, like amepana uko na creative art, isn't it? Creative art and is English. Yes. And CRE. So that is there. So then we'll look at the senior school and look at which are subject combination for you. You are in the right track. Yes, young man. Your career first. Doctor. Are you doing well in math? Your teacher is here, will confirm. Excellent in mathematics? Yes. science, and pre-technical. Right track. Because then you will easily get the subject combination in senior school if you're doing well in this. What is your career? Engineering, mathematics, now science, English. They are mentioning that. Are we together? Mathematics, science and English. But what have I said? Mathematics ile unafanya shuleni unapata 90 and above. Are you getting 90 and above? Are you getting your maths 90 and above? If you're scoring 50 and 60, you need to improve. You will have the interest to be a doctor, but then your performance will not allow you to join the school. Okay? You have the interest, performance is there. Okay? You may have the performance, you have maths and all that, but you're not interested in that. You're interested in music. So that also will not be able to work. Let's get to this one, the last one. What? Astronaut. Yes? Science, maths, social studies. How are you performing in social studies? Very good. So when you go to senior school, what will be your subject combination? Geography will come as number 1, okay? Then you do advanced mathematics and add maybe physics, okay? Yes. So, but right now, you must be doing very well in social studies and what? Integrated science and including even what? Mathematics, for you to be able to get that, into that. What do you want to be? A doctor. Hakuna mtu anataka kuwa farmer? Now, doctor, what do you want to be? Engineer. Yako, career? Yes? Psychologist. Okay? Yes. English, CRE, social studies. They follow in that, so that when you get in senior school, you will have this combination for those subjects that will be related to that, okay? You must score very high, okay? You must score very high. Now, let me say this. The careers our children are choosing are the traditional career that always exist. But there are more careers that they can be able to venture, and we can guide them as parents and all that. In fact, you realize that even the careers that yesterday we looked to kaona kama, did you know now a plumber, one person who fixes the pipes and all that, earns more than a banker in a month? A plumber. Are people making good money from farming? Are people making good money from farming? Yes. So there are many other careers, okay? Yes. So therefore, when we go to school, our teachers, what we're going to select has got the list of all the subjects that will be able to have combination and all that. But the subject that you are performing well and what you want to be must go hand in hand. Achievement level 8. 8 points there. I'm saying you must be able to score 90 and above. If you're not seeing that 75, 80, 90 and above, you're not getting there. We're not going to look at the total marks at the end. Not total marks, the subjects you performed, okay? Is what will take you to your career. So the 3 that I've told you to write down, if you are good at those and you're doing well throughout, that is where your career is. So parents, angalia subjects zile wanafanya vizuri, they pick the best 3, they look at them and see. But if the interest is in another area and is not doing well in those learning areas, wasaidiwe saizi to improve in those areas. We can scroll that to the next one and the next one. But that is learner's personality, learner's interest, and the cluster weighting, how they perform. Personality, interest, what are you interested in? What are your personalities? Are you a person who loves working with the people? Are you a person who loves working with the tools and all that? Hands-on, okay, investigative. Tuendelee ingine, twende. Just get to the next one. All right. Let's move on to the other. Placement of grade 10. How many schools do we say you're going to select? 12 schools. 4 schools in simple. Let me say this. 4 schools. Number 1, career. Angalia career yako ya number 1. Ulisema doctor. Which school will offer the subject combination? Iko na maths, iko na physics, hiyo ni pure science. So you pick 4 schools from your first career. How many schools? 4 schools from your career. So the parent, the first thing is that even when they're going to talk to the teachers, wewe akienda shuleni kuselect schools, usiende kutafuta ati unatafuta alliance ama nini. Tuanze na kitu ya kwanza kutoka kwa nyumba. Mtoto anataka kuwa nini? Hiyo ndio ya kwanza. Akuambie nataka kuwa daktari, nataka kuwa farmer, nataka kuwa maybe a carpenter or something like that. Those 3 is what we go with in school, zikiwa 3 career peke yake. Twende pale sasa tuangalie hizi career 3. Ya kwanza ni gani? We can arrange them in order. Tuangalie performance yake, tuone anafanya vizuri mathematics, integrated science, anafanya vizuri. Kwa hivyo kama hata anataka kuwa daktari, ngoja tuweke first choice, okay? Lakini if is doing well in social studies and CRE, na career yake amesema the second one is to be a lawyer, afadhali sasa tuweke ile ya social studies and CRE as first what choice, because performance yake ndio anataka kuwa daktari, lakini performance is not proving to be there. So tuweke ile ya social studies na CRE. So tukienda shuleni tuende na careers. From the careers tuone performance ya masomo saizi, ndio sasa tuzipange. Tukiselect first choice ya shule, career yetu ya kwanza ni lawyer, tuandike hizo shule zote ziko na related 4 schools. Tukuja ya pili, ile alikuwa anataka kama daktari, tuiweke. Ya 3 tuweke. The 4 schools will be 1 sub-county school, 1 county school, and 2 from outside the county. They will make 4. I've said there are no national schools, no county, no extra county, although schools will have better facilities than the others. Nikimalizia hiyo, as I make that conclusion, then I can allow for question. Maybe the question will guide me to answer what you were interested in. Twende, kila mtu arudi kwa pale mahali tulikuwa tumeandika pathways. Ya kwanza ilikuwa arts and sports. Ya pili ikakuwa social sciences. Ya 3 ikakuwa nini? STEM. Twende hapo kila mtu mahali uliandika. Tuangalie STEM. Umeona huko STEM chini? STEM? Have you seen STEM? Iko na 3 tracks. Can you scroll a little? We see whether we can be able to get it, that the pathways, the school pathways. That will be, I think, will be the first one. But I just proceed. Aya, twende tena. Okay, I will explain then before we get that. Umeenda kwa STEM? Kila mtu ameenda kwa STEM? Dear parents, tuko kwa hapo STEM. Iko na tracks ngapi? 3. Pure science, applied science na technical studies. Hao ni wale watoto wanapenda mambo ya sciences. Sasa iko hivi. Tuko sub county gani? Hii shule yetu ama kanisa iko sub county gani? Or where the learners are going to school? Kama for example, which sub county is this one? Kasarani. Ni Kasarani sub county, isn't it? Sasa tufanye hivi. Twende pale mahali imeandikwa pure science. Tuko Kasarani sub county, pure science. The best 6 boys and the best 6 what? Girls from Kasarani sub county, Kenya Junior School Education Assessment, wale watafanya grade 9. The best 6 what? Boys, 6 what? Best what? Girls. Those learners will be placed in the senior school of their choice. Sasa tuseme hivi, watoto wale watapata either 90 and above in mathematics and in what? Science. In mathematics and science. Mathematics and science. They are the best in mathematics and science. In this sub-county, after mtihani imefanywa next year, wewe hesabu ulipita kabisa, you are the best in the sub-county, and science maybe you are at the top. Those 6, the best 6, boys and girls, they will be placed in the school of their choice, senior school. What does that one mean? How wanaweza enda Alliance, Mangu, Kenya High and all that. Hakuna national schools zimewekwa category ya pathways, but you see they have got better what? Facilities. Na umepewa chance wewe, you will go to the school of your choice. So kwa hivyo tia bidii. Ukifanya vizuri, you will go to the school of your dream. You have been given a chance from this sub-county. You are the best. You can. 6 in pure science, Tuende kwa next one, which is what? Applied science. Now 6 of them also will be taken. 6 also, 6 boys, 6 what? Girls. It doesn't mean that the others will not be placed. The others bado watakuwa placed, lakini hao 6 wao watachagua zile zao zenye wanataka. Vile tulikuwa naenda national schools and all that, the first choice, okay? Ukipita, nimesema the first 6, ukipita mathematics na integrated science na uwe the best in the sub county, you will go to the school of your choice. Lakini si ujue parents, kama mtoto the best ni kutoka hapa ni 99 hao ndio wataenda. Lakini ukienda kama Turkana, wa kwanza awe na 50 in mathematics na ndiye number 1, si bado hata yeye ataenda Alliance, lakini ataacha ule ako kwa sub county yetu mwenye ako na 70 because he was not the best in the sub county. So the sub county unaona tena is another factor, okay? So the best 6. Applied science, wale watapita agriculture na pre-technical, they are the best in the sub county, watawekwa the school of their choice na ataenda Alliance. Imagine mathematics ako below expectation, integrated science ako below expectation, lakini agriculture ako exceeding level 1 na pre-technical ako exceeding, bado anaenda wapi? Alliance. Because it is not about the total marks, but it is the subject combination and your career, okay? So all tracks in STEM, the best 6 will be placed on the school of their choice. Social sciences, tuende kwa social sciences, the best 3. Social sciences, the best what? 3. The best 3. Social sciences, the best 3. Aya, social sciences kuna tracks ngapi? 2. Kuna humanities and business studies na kuna language and what? Literature. Watatu, sorry, those will be 3 of them. Watatu. Tuende ya chini. Ya mwisho ni gani? Arts and sports. Wawili, the best. The best in sports. The best ule atakuwa best in creative arts. If you're best in creative arts, you're best in integrated science, also it will be considered, wewe utaenda the school of your choice. The rest also will be placed in schools. But how mkumbuke wao, they have an opportunity to get into their best school that they want. So that is how they will be placed. So in my conclusion, then I will say, my conclusion, I want everybody to listen now, and then you can be able to ask questions. Tumeanza PP1, PP2, tukaenda grade 1 up to grade 6. Grade 3 tukafanya mtihani. Grade 4 we are build, tukafika grade 6. After finishing grade 6, we go to junior school. In junior school, it's going to be very key because then we are going to senior school, areas of specialization. There are 4 core subjects that will be there. Mathematics will be there, English will be there, Kiswahili will be there, and PE. But when we go to senior school and I want to do pure science, I will not do the maths that is compulsory. Ile imeandikwa compulsory. I will do advanced mathematics. If I am going to senior school and I want to study in languages and literature, English already we are told is compulsory, but my English now in senior school, since it's common for all, mine I will study advanced English and advanced Kiswahili. From senior school, we have learned, I've told you on how you will be placed there. Number 1, mukienda shuleni, have your 3 careers that you love. What do you want to do in order? I want to be this one, and this one. Those 3. So the 3, your best career ile unataka ndio unaenda kuselect choice number 1, school number 1, selection number 1. The 4 schools, this is my best career. I will select 4 schools. The teachers will guide you because the school are provided in the portal which will offer that career that you have selected. It will also give you the subject combination and everything. Then the second career goes to the second what? Choice of schools, okay? And the third career goes to the third. Ile unapenda au upendi zaidi, zile unapenda zaidi ndio inakuja ya kwanza, ya pili, ya tatu. From there now, you will select those schools, and remember that you need to work hard. You need to sacrifice this year, those who are in grade 9, for you to be able to get to a better senior school. Dear parents, for those children, we can also do what we call in schools, career days. We can have, as parents, we come to our school and have like tents. Wale wanafanya engineering, wale wanafanya farming, wale wanafanya nini, watoto wakuja wawasikize wote, wajue what it takes to be a farmer, what it takes to be a businessman, what it takes to be an engineer. But above all is your performance. You must be able to perform well. And it begins from grade 4, 5, 6, 7. In grade 4, what you want to be, start working. Interest may change, but I will encourage you to work across all learning areas so that if your interest changes, still your performance falls in place. Okay? Yes. Thank you so much. I will now allow for a few questions from any level, whether from students, from the parents, for clarification. Areas that maybe you felt that you wanted me to explain so that I can be able to make my conclusion. Questions, please. Have a question, because the question then will guide me to explain what you wanted to hear. Question. Grade 9, nataka nisikize uniulize swali. Parents, yes, please.
Sorry, I don't know, maybe you explained while I was out, but I'm just trying to look at this student who still doesn't know what he or she wants to be. Bado hana career ya kuchoose. How can you help such a student to find the way?
Saisi ana career ya kuchoose. Kuna wale hata wanakuwa wanamaliza form 4, amepata A, unamuuliza what are you going to study in the university, anakuambia bado hajafikiria. So how can we help these children who have not made decisions and all that? Interest change. First, maybe tuangalie hivi performance. Kama mzazi, uangalie performance yake anapoleta report form or every time. Ukichukua ile ya grade 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 na 9, utaona kuna subject anafanya vizuri, amekuwa akifanya vizuri, anapenda, hata kwa nyumba anapenda kurevise hiyo peke yake. Hata kama zote ako below expectation, kuna ile anapenda. So subject performance itaanza kukusaidia what career is related to what? To this one. Okay? Alafu uangalie mtoto wangu anapenda aje. Ni mtoto anapenda kusocialize na watu, ni mtoto anapenda kufanya mambo kama kwa nyumba fixing, mambo ya computer, mambo ya nini, okay? Anapenda kucheza na wengine nje. Ni nini ile anapenda kufanya? Ukimpatia hiyo anapenda, okay? So uangalie personality yake. So from there, sasa it will be easy for you to guide. But I think performance will help you, then you can be able to look at the personality ya mtoto, then you start guiding him. Sasa ikiwa mtoto ni mzuri kwa sports, yeye anafika mpaka national, ni footballer, ni athletics, no, he can run all the way, but performance yake yote iko below expectation. So unaona, yeye ni mzuri kwa masomo. When we were in school, we used to have such a kind of student, isn't it? They are very good footballers. Does sports pay? Yes, sports has. Lakini sasa kwa haya masomo mengine ameanguka. Inawapa provision walimu the teachers are allowed to recommend for that teacher to a school that can nurture that talent. Ajapita lakini ataingia hiyo shule. Like for example, think of a school that does very well in athletics or in football and all that. High school. Anybody who can remember have any school that is good in sports? Junior school, senior school? Yes.
The school that is known in performing in sports,
Yes.
we have a school like Komoni, a school like Nyamiranga, and some others.
Mokomoni, Gekomoni. Good in what? Football or football? Yes, very good. So Gekomoni may have picked students who have exceeded in other areas where performance yao ikiwa juu. Isn't it exceeding expectation? But we have a learner here who is very good in football, but he has not exceeded expectation. He doesn't do well in other learning areas. the teacher has a provision for recommendation during selection that this learner is good, they can be selected at that school. So the learner will be taken to that school where the talent will be nurtured. There is provision for that, where the talent can be nurtured. Okay? Because you see, the pen and paper, the written assessment may not be able to bring out, okay, that talent. That is only recommended for music, dance, and music, art, that is the art, and sports, okay? That one, a learner who is good in it can be recommended by the teacher to join that school where the others are, but because of his talent, where the talent can be nurtured. Aya? Yes, please. Just you can.
1, 2.
Yes, so my question was, we have seen that the Kajisaya, that is the exams that the grade 9s are going to do, it's up to 60%. So I was asking, will this 60% will be calculated with the subjects related to the career the student wants to take? Then question 2, after the students have joined the senior schools, will there be a chance to change the career pathway? Thank you.
Will there be a chance to change when you get to senior school? Very good. If you perform and you join a particular track or in senior school, and there is provision for you to change if your interest changes. However, right now they have not given a provision for how long. Is it only when you are in year 10 or when you are in year 12, okay? You can make a change at that time. But the time frame is what has not been given. But there is chance for that to change, okay? There is chance to change. Yes.
Like for example, we who did 844, when we were in class 8, there are those who were scoring 100 marks. You find a parent has a school for you to go. Unaambiwa, umepata marks 100, shule iko huko ni day school. Sasa wewe enda tembea kwenda huko. Like now, for example, you've told us when you perform well, they choose the best 6. There is a person who have got below expectation. He wanted to become a lawyer, he or she. Can we say that he's given the next day school to go vile tulikuwa tunafanya tukiwa 844?
Kwa mfano mtoto hajafanya vizuri lakini he wants to be a lawyer. So for the learner to be getting to law must be able to do well. Sasa akiwa grade 9, social studies, CRE hizo kwanza apite. Hizo muhimu na language, isn't it? Lakini ikiwa anataka kuwa lawyer bado anaweza chagua zile shule 4. Kumbuka zile shule 4 kama first choice yake. Kuna cluster 1 choice, cluster 2, cluster 3, cluster 4 of the 4 schools that is selecting. Cluster 1 ni zile zilikuwa kama national schools. Cluster 2 ni hizi counties na extra county and all that. And then cluster 4 ya mwisho itakuwa sub-county school. Okay? Remember, anaweza chagua hiyo sub-county school afanye social sciences in where? Juu hajachagua akupata marks ya juu, lakini ameingia a sub-county school, but he is doing the school of social what? Sciences. So it will depend after 3 years. Tena atakuwa ameperform aje ndio aweze sasa kwenda university, but that still will be able to be preparing that learner to that level. Okay? Yes. So therefore, you as a parent and all that, you must be able to see, can this learner improve within these 3 years and make it to that school of that? He can still be able to make it to that. Okay? A child who wants to be a doctor, if he does not make it, anaweza fanya hizo miaka 3 sub-county, he may end up, there are many courses not in medicine, not necessarily a doctor. Okay? You can be a clinical officer, you can be a nurse, okay? Social, see, can still be able to be under medical world, but then in that level. So the sub-county, the same way tulikuwa napata, learners still in sub-county can perform and go to university. So atawekwa shule kati ya ile performance yake itamweka na bado you will eventually achieve the career if you can be able to improve within the 3 years. Yes, any other? Please ask the questions to guide you. That's why we're here. Mimi nataka ku-exhaust hizo maswali yote because maybe I might have explained what you didn't want to hear, what you wanted to hear. No. Let me pick one here and another one at the back. Okay, start from that. Watoto wa grade 9 parent ulizeni? Yes?
So kuna pali sijaelewa. When you say we want, tuseme mimi nikienda senior nadai kufanya STEM. Yeah. And then kuna vitu kama literature yenye iko kwa social sciences na bado sijui kama mtu anafaa afanye the STEM na social sciences at the same time.
Unataka kuenda STEM?
STEM.
Yes.
But I want also to study about maybe business or English because
Yes.
I have maybe that interest
Yes.
in those subjects.
Yes.
Na iko kwa another pathway, another career pathway.
Yes.
Will I have to study the STEM and the other pathway, or will I study that one and choose a subject and study it in STEM at the same time?
Thank you so much. Now, very good question. Sasa huyu anataka kuenda STEM, anataka kuwa daktari. Kwa hivyo, akienda kwa STEM, let me just speak for her one here. Now, anataka kuwa daktari, lakini anataka something else. The first two, kama ni pure science, subject mbili, achana na zile 4. 4 ni comparison, isn't it? Mbili, you pick them from the track, kama ni pure science unataka. Okay? Kwa pure science, either you are doing advanced mathematics, either physics, advanced mathematics, biology, advanced mathematics, okay? Kwa pure science, advanced mathematics, and maybe general science, you pick 2 from your track. Ndio sababu we'll give you that list which has got all that. Upiki mbili. Ya tatu, the third one, you can pick from any pathway, any track. What do I mean? Ya tatu, you can pick from another area. Let's say you can do like biology, that business. What does it mean? You want to be a doctor, but at the same time you will want to do what? Kuweka biashara yako baadaye. So you can pick 2 and another one comes from. You can pick 2 ufanye na metal work. You can pick 2 plus geography. But the 2 must come from your track, isn't it? The third one, where will it come from? Any pathway. It can come from social sciences. It can come from, where again? STEM, or it can still come from arts and sports, okay? Yes, so you can pick, the third one you can pick, but the 2 must come from your track, ile unataka, okay? It's only in sports that ikona sport and recreation, ikona 1, then you pick the other 2 from anywhere. But a 2 comes from your here. So you can pick from another again, the third one. So you're free to pick from that. Then when you have selected that subject combination, sasa ukichagua shule, lazima hiyo shule iwe ina offer either STEM and social sciences, ama ina offer the 3, so that you're within the same school to study that subject. Got it? Very good. Another question was here. Yes. Okay. Ask that parent. You'll be the next one. Okay. Yes.
Okay, my question is, you have talked about the junior secondary.
Yes.
And after the senior secondary. Now, what happens after the senior school? Will the selection be the way it has been, or there will be changes? Or how are they going to be selected to universities and colleges?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So, tukasema tena kwamba kuna junior secondary na senior secondary. Lakini sasa najua itachukua muda, tukatoa word secondary, tukasema ni junior school na senior school. Lakini wakimaliza senior school, so unaona sasa wameenda specialization. You're only doing your area. You're only doing advanced mathematics, biology, and maybe business for 3 years. Okay? that one will open to you careers, many careers that are associated with those subjects, okay? As they go to university. University now will depend on what the learner was studying in where? In senior school. Ni subject gani alikuwa anasoma senior school. So which are the courses in where? In the university that are related to that. So a guideline also will be able to come out on how they will be placed. But ukumbuke, kama anafanya sciences, university atafanya courses za nini? Za sciences. Kama anafanya arts and hizo. Kama ni social sciences, ataenda kufanya hizo university. Okay? Yes. But however, tukasema, there is a time they are able to change in between. Only that the time has not been given. Do you change at the end of grade 10 only, or do you change at the end of grade 12? If you want to make any change, okay? Yes, but it should be within the same school. Yes. Yes, this girl wanted to ask a question.
I was asking, there was a point that you said when you get exceeding expectations, you choose your school. So what can happen if you get below expectation? You choose the school or you repeat you chose for the school or you repeat the grade?
What I said is that, which are your best subjects? Naona zile subjects zako, which are your best, zile unafanya vizuri? 3 nipatie.
CRE science and English.
CRE, science and English, okay? Yes. So if you're doing well in CRE, science and English, then the teachers, those 3 will give you a subject combinations, which is the best of all. CRE, okay? Yes. So if you have CRE as the best, what are the careers that are associated with the religious education? Those ones, I will just give you a few of them, then you stay. Now, if a learner, her best is CRE, the 3 of, and that's where you're exceeding expectation. CRE can lead to this one. You can be a counselor, you can be a teacher, you can be a publisher, you can write books on CRE, okay? You can, a human right, what? Advocate. You can be a social worker, you can be a counselor, you can be a clergy, you can be a religious leader. There are many that are associated with what? CRE. So as a parent for this girl, we do research which are careers associated with what? CRE. That is your first, okay? Yes. If you picked that, CRE, and you dwell in languages, you can get into publishing company and write books based on that. There are opportunities for that. So those ones you must exceed what? Expectation. So when your teacher is going to select for your subject in senior school, CRE will come first and give you a subject combination. You pick schools based on those 3 subjects, okay? So the rest which you are below expectation will not be considered. It's only those 3 that will be considered. But for now, I want you to do all of them. Don't concentrate on those 3. Can you do all across? Because interest may change and all that. So I will encourage you that for now, before you get to grade 9, you should be able to do well. Then at grade 9 now, you'll be able to know which are the best of all these, okay? Yes. Okay. A question let me take from this boy and then I come to you. Yes.
I wanted to ask if it's you who's going to choose the school or is it the government?
Is it you who is choosing the school or the government is choosing the school? It is you who is choosing the school. You told me you wanted to be what when you grow up? A lawyer. So therefore, if you want to be a lawyer, nikakwambia ufanye vizuri in social studies now and CRE na English na Kiswahili tutazungumza lawyer, okay? Na kama unataka kuwa lawyer kwa shule, uparticipate kwa debate, okay? Yes, you have confidence. You must be well spoken, okay? Yes. So then after that, now ukuje kuchagua shule. Useme mimi nataka kuwa lawyer. When the teachers are selecting, when you pick the school, the teachers will guide you. These are schools that will give what? You to be a lawyer. Then you pick. There are only 4 schools. You can pick the 4 schools. Cluster 1, Cluster 2, Cluster 3, Cluster 4. Once umefanya mtihani yako ya grade 9, you have passed well in your CRE, your social studies, you will be picked in that school depending on your performance. Kama uliexceed ukascore 100%, you will go to the best school kwa hizo 4, okay? Kama ulipata average, you go to an average school kwa hizo 4. Kama ukufanya vizuri, you go again to one of the school, lakini iko chini kama sub county. Are we together? Yes. So it is you to choose the school. It is you to choose your career. It's not the parent, okay? Yes. Hatutaki tufike usome useme uende uwe daktari, ukimaliza daktari urudishe degree kwa nyumba uambie mami sasa nataka kuwa lawyer tena. Wewe ulikuwa unataka kuwa lawyer. Tunataka uwe lawyer saa hizi, usifanye ingine ile unataka, okay? It is you.
Yes, this is the question. Like, it's not good, bad to ask. Like me, for example, I did agriculture, I did history and some others. When I went to college, I said I will not do agriculture or engineering or anything else. I did not do business, but I did a course in business. So what if I have passed, like for example, I've passed to enter STEM, but I'm not interested in STEM. Can I be able to choose from either social or arts, even though I've not participated in these parts very well? Can it be possible for me to choose there? Another question. My parent is a teacher. My parent wants me mostly to be a teacher. And he tells you from the house, go and do teaching, and you are not interested in that career. Can you do that one? Because in 844, we can be forced to do teaching and you are not interested. So will it be good in this competence-based curriculum that your parent tells you, I'm a lawyer, I want you to be a lawyer?
Thank you. The first one, you go in this other subject that you are maybe STEM, but you're not interested in that STEM, but you have done well. So if the performance is there and the interest is not there, don't join that track. You can score very high in mathematics, biology, and all that. Don't go to be a doctor because you're not interested to be a doctor. You want to be an artist, you want to draw, you want to be an architect. So the thing you have to look into is this. First, uangalie wewe kama for example ulikuwa umesema ni nini ulikuwa unapenda kuwa maishani. What was your career you dreamed to be? Law, to be a lawyer. Okay? So, but you did very well in mathematics and all that. Since you knew you wanted to be a lawyer, the emphasis should have been in what? In the history and all that, the theory and languages, okay? So that one comes first. But in a situation whereby you feel now there are two alternatives here. And the interest, and everybody has got maybe, let's say, personalities may be not be one, maybe three and all that. And even in life, you may not be interested only on one. You may be interested in one or two. So what you'll have done is that this learner can also be able to do like this. Can still do. First, the best choice will be afanye aingie kwa social sciences because you want to be a lawyer. Okay? Yes. So social sciences, then you get a subject combination kwanza na nini na history and citizenship, and then you can have even advanced mathematics coming in and all the others now later. You are a lawyer, but then maths comes later. Still, the learner can be able to get into the school of pure science, study and add a subject from where? From the social sciences. But at the best will be what is your interest. The interest overrides all the others. Interest, the learning areas then will be able to follow before you think of a school. So let's always look at the interest. If we see the interest is in this, we encourage the child then to improve on those learning areas. Ndio aweze kupata shule nzuri. Na kama hata kuwa ameimprove, bado tumesema even sub-county, still you can be able to perform. Okay? Yes. So interest, very key. Parents should not force their children, isn't it? Us is to guide them, to guide it to siwambie that you want to be this and that. Let's guide them. Let them open a wide scope. That what are the opportunities that are there? What is the world of tomorrow? What we see today will change tomorrow. When we were in school, whenever there will be somebody on a YouTuber. Was there a career like that one? Content creator? No. We are training them for a tomorrow that is dynamic, that we are not sure of. that is likely to change. So we are only equipping them with the competences, critical thinking and problem solving. Can they be able to solve problems in their society? Can they believe in themselves, confidence in them, okay? Imagination and creativity, self-efficacy, kujiamini, and communication and collaboration. Equip them with this so that they can face tomorrow with confidence. Maybe I will pick the last two or maybe something. Yes. But for students, for grade 9, if you have, please, it is your day, I think. Ask. A question from that end, and there is another question from this. As I just said, questions will guide us to understand. Hata wale mko grade 4, uliza swali kama uko na swali. Yes.
Okay. I have two questions.
Yes.
My first question is, how do we know their total grades now? Let's say someone is in grade 5,
Yes.
and they want to know how much more should I work hard so that I get the, let's say the remaining 60%. Let's say if I want to get 90,
Yes.
how do I know, where do I know the results? That's right now I'm at 31.
Yes.
How do we know that results?
Yes.
And then the second question, you can answer them at the same time, is in the school's placement, you say that they will look at the schools in the sub-county. But we know that in sub-counties we have schools with different abilities. We have the private schools and we also have the public schools. And in both cases we know that they have different facilities. So I remember when we went to school, some of us, it was based on private schools were given a certain number and public schools a certain number. Will that also be considered? And the final question, which I think you had not answered from one of the students, was when they are choosing their career pathways, they have those subjects that they had selected. This question was asked, but you never answered, so I'm just asking on behalf of the students. Let's say I have done the different courses in my pathways. Let's say in the beginning I was to do mathematics, English, and all that. So when they are selecting the final ones, will they only select the ones, let's say maths only, because I only want to do the mathematics tracks or the STEM track, or they will consider all the other subjects when they are placing me in schools? So that you may also clarify that. Thank you.
Thank you. The performance for the 60% and all that, what happens is that I will only encourage the parents that when the students, like now the grade 4s, the grade 5, even the grade 7 and all, every 4, 5, 7 and 8, they have started school-based assessment, okay? Which they will be given scores. The teachers will assess and give the scores. It shows the maximum and the minimum. So you can be able to see the performance, how the learners are scoring, because the teachers do that record. So I'll encourage parents to go to schools and find out how did our children perform in the school-based what? Assessment. I think I'll also be able to find out, I'll be able to share with you whether parents can access the NEC portal and see the performance. But what you will see there is the scores. You may not see how it's stipulated to the 20%. But then we encourage that they should be able to exceed expectation in whatever they are doing. Then it gives you that you are in the first category, maybe of 20 or 19%. So the performance is there. We encourage the parents that as they do the school-based assessment, just find out how they fared. Okay? And from schools, we can be guided whether they can be able to access the portal and just look at the score that the teachers upload. We ask them to be honest in uploading that. The second one is that you looking at private schools and all that facilities. You spoke of that schools, every learner, whether is going to make it to the best school, okay, and go to Alliance, must select the 4 schools. A sub-county school must be there, even if it's your first choice. They don't have enough facilities as such, okay? They don't have, but the learner has to select. In case you miss the first choice, you're given your second, or you're given what? Your third choice, which is a sub-county. So they don't have facilities, of course, but at this time also they have said they're going to include private schools in selection. But however, right now the portal has not shown the what? The private school selection, but they are working on it. That's why schools have not started. Maybe I think from tomorrow or next week, they will start doing that selection. But again, for that question, you can repeat it or anything that you wanted to hear about. They don't have enough facilities, I will agree. But the children have to pick those schools, whether you're good or you're not good.
I think you didn't get my question.
Yes.
My question is this. Let's say we are looking at let's say, I'm at the grade 9 level.
Yes.
And we are all going to different schools.
Yes.
All of us are grade 9s. But I have a grade 9 in school X that has better facilities.
Yes.
They're able to get better teachers and all that. And I have a grade 9 in school Y.
Yes.
That probably is a school that does not have all the amenities. But when we are being selected as a sub-county, they are only choosing the best 6, let's say in applied sciences, the best 6 in pure sciences.
Yes.
What happens to this other student in school Y that did not have the same opportunity as a student in school X?
Very good.
That is
Thank
the question
you
I'm asking.
very much.
Yeah.
The best 6 will definitely come from any school, whether they are private or not. Then it comes to equity now.
Yes.
The public school versus the private school. Okay? So when you pick the best 6 to go to Alliance, they may know to other schools, those national schools, the vacancies may note that the school is full. The school still has vacancies to pick others. Now when it comes to that, we look at this. How equity in this sense? There are public schools vis-a-vis private schools. If we have, how many private schools do we have? How many learners are there? Let's say if there are 100 learners and this one has got 1,000. So therefore we'll say for every these best schools, if we place 1 student from a private school, we place 4 from where? Public school. Are you getting that? So therefore the public school are taken care of. Yours in private might have scored a 70, but a 60 will be taken. They will do that. So there is that equity. So the ones who are in school that are underperforming, maybe let's say the public schools, they will still be considered. More or less like 8 for 4.
Okay.
Yes, that will be considered. Yes. The last one then, the last one you were talking about, will all subjects be done what? Because the subject, now here we're not looking at total marks. We're not looking at the 9 subjects and say it is 900 marks. It is subject combination. It is your career. You have got 4 core subjects in senior school. Everybody has, even if he has failed, okay? Maths, English, Kiswahili, and PE. You're picking 3. Where will these 3 come from? How have you performed in actually maths and integrated science if you want to be a doctor? Those 2 will be considered in. Even if you fail all the others, you still go to Alliance because that is your subject. You want to be a lawyer, you've done social studies and theory, you are the best, the rest you fail, you will go there. So they will look at subject combination rather than looking at what? The total marks. So not all will be considered. It is what you selected and how you performed in those learning areas. Yes? Kindly, timekeeper, you can guide me. My time is up. Or we have more? 1, 2 questions?
Okay, mom, you have already chosen your school. It's a nice school. Will your mom still pay for your school fees or the government will support you?
You've got a school, it's a nice school. Will your mom pay for your school fees or will government support? Your parents will pay school fees and the government also pays some, okay? That is what we call as capitation, okay? So, some your parents will pay, some your mom will pay, okay? Yes, depending on the school. If it's got better facilities, the higher they will pay. If it's the sub-county, the less they will pay, or most of it will be supported by the government. So there is some paid from government, some paid from you as a parent. Now I will pick, there is a question there, yes?
So one last question. Sema there is a student in grade 9. Kuna ule mwenye ana performingi from 70% kwenda juu, but ayuko sure if atafika hiyo 90.
Yes.
Na kuna ule mwenye ako sure my track iko kwa 90, hapo 80 kama nimeenda lowest niko 85.
Yes.
na hapo 95, but kuna ule mwenye ako sure lowest yangu ni 70, but siko sure kama nitafikisha hiyo 90.
Yes.
Ako hapo in between. Are they in the same category of exceeding expectation, and will they be taken in the same school na watakonsideriwa kama one thing?
Are they in the same school? Kuna ule sasa mkifika, tulikuwa na level 4, only 4 levels: exceeding expectation, meeting, approaching, below. Kuna exceeding expectation level 1, which is 90 to what? To 100. Exceeding expectation level 2. Okay? Yes. You want to write them down? Yes, write them down then. So that you guys grade 9, so I'll read for you very fast. So, ukuna exceeding expectation level 1. Level 1. Exceeding expectation level 1. Wandike 90 to 99. Exceeding expectation level 2. 75, 89. 75, 89. Meeting expectation level 1. Okay? 58, 74. What will be the next one? Meeting expectation level 2. 41, 57. The other one, 31, 40. 31, 40 ni gani? Approaching expectation level 1. Approaching expectation level 2, 21, 30. Below expectation level 1, 11, 20. Below expectation level 2, 1 to 10. Okay? Yes, so that's just a guideline on something like that. So, si unaona ule ako 90 to 99, that one will be able to get into the school of his choice, isn't it? But depending on how they have performed, if there is nobody in 90 to 99, 75 to 84 still can be able to get into that, okay? Yes. However, even if you have not got the school of your choice, that one as an, let me call it now a national school, but now maybe you wanted to go to Kenya High, but you performed below that a little. So you can go to either Precious Blood or another school, which is the next level, okay? Yes. You can still equally perform again from that second level school after 4 years, isn't it? Yes. You saw learners perform across in all schools, depending, okay? Yes. It is not the school that is going to help you to perform. The school will only give you an environment, okay? But it's your hard work, your determination, your focus that will get you into that. So A's are God in every school, so therefore, you may miss that, but you can get to the next level, okay? Still do the same career, subject combination, and what you want to be, okay? You can be a doctor from a sub-county school. You can be a doctor from the next level, which are county schools. You can be a doctor from the national, okay? Yes, so 2 will be that category. Yes, we have other 3 questions, yes. So where, somebody with a mic there? Okay, there. Question? Yes. Oh, they were talking there. 90 to 99, meeting expectation level 1. 75, 84, meeting expectation level 2. Hiyo ndio tunataka wapi, any subject, zile zao zenye wameselect, zile 3 zenye wameselect, wawe kwa hiyo category. Those 3 or 4 subjects that they love most, they must score that, okay? Yes. Then we go to 58 to 74. That is meeting expectation level 1. Meeting expectation level 2, 41 to 57. Meeting expectation level 3. No. Meeting expectation level 1, level 2. Are we there at level 2? 41 to 57. Then the next one is 31 to 40. Kama ni wanafunzi anaelewa what I'm talking about there. 21 to 30 is only approaching, okay? Tukienda below expectation ni 11 to 20, 1 to 10. It's just atazipanga in that category. So let's get the question from the other side. Yes.
I wanted to ask, a student has been so sure about the subjects
Yes.
I may choose. Na nataka kuenda kwa this career path. Akifanya mtihani, anything happens. Na she or he is neither here nor there. What do the people who are selecting pupils do?
Once again please nikupate. Mtoto anafanya?
Ako so sure about the pathway.
Pathway anajua.
Na amechoose, anajua these are the subjects I perform well.
Yes.
Na amechoose.
Yes.
So tushaenda mbele.
Yes.
Mtihani ikitoka aja perform hivyo. Hayuko hapa, neither
Yes.
here nor there.
Yes.
What do you do when you are selecting?
Huyo mtoto atafanya nini? So very good question. So wakati mtoto anachagua saizi, tuangalie kwanza hivi. Zile subjects zenye anachagua, usiangalie tu performance ya mtihani moja. Ukasema tu hii midterm amepata 90, huyu sasa ni mathematician, okay? Hebu tuangalie performance ya huyo mtoto kwa muda amekuwa akiperform namna gani. Kama wewe msasi kuna ile subject kwa nyumba, uko na mtoto, unajua subject fulani anafanya vizuri kama subject 3. Kwa hivyo kwa hizi 3 zenye anafanya vizuri, ikifika mtihani sidhani kama ataanguka zote 3. Kuna ile moja kati ya hizi 3 atakuwa amepita. Kwa hivyo hiyo moja ndio inampa ile career yake ya kwenda kuongeza pale, then aongeze hizi zingine sasa. So the combination itakuja namna hiyo. But for now what we'll do is this. What is the learner doing very well? Tumwekee ndio first choice yake. Because now there is nothing tunaweza fanya, zile anafanya vizuri definitely ndio. Hatuwezi assume kwamba hataanguka kwa hivyo tubadilishe zingine. Kwa sasa tuketi na mtoto vizuri na mwalimu kwanza. Sasa nakataka mzazi, mwalimu na tuangalie grade 4 huyu mtoto amekuwa akiperform aje. 5, 6, alipofika 7 na 8 hesabu amekuwa akifanya vizuri. Hata ikikuja namna gani, hata nguka sana, atakuwa mahali fulani. So hiyo ndio iwe yake tunamwekea ya kwanza. Kwa hivyo to study the performance ya mtoto kwa muda kuliko kuangalia mtihani moja tu, okay? Itatupa ile njia ya kumsaidia ndio aweze kuchagua shule vizuri. Na tukishirikiana na walimu pia wanaweza kuambia kwamba mtoto wako nimemfundisha, lakini kwa hesabu hata kama leo ameanguka ni mzuri, okay? Unajua kuna wakati mtihani na kwa ngumu amefeli, lakini atakwambia kwamba hesabu yako sawa. Kwa hivyo tushirikiane na walimu, najua watatusaidia kupata subject zile nzuri na career. Lakini nikakwambia kwamba tunapoenda shuleni kuchagua, kwanza kabisa ujue mtoto wako anataka nini. Anataka kuwa mwalimu, anataka kuwa daktari, anataka kuwa mtu wa kujenga nyumba, anataka kuchora. Kwa hivyo hiyo ndio inatupeleka. Hii ndio nataka. Sasa kuanzia hapo tuangalie masomo na mambo mengine. Next. Kulikuwa na ama ile yako tulijibu ilikuwa nini? Anybody now? Or we've just, the last one is here.
Yeah, so I was asking, you have said that in junior secondary, they're having the school-based assessments. That comes to 40%. Then, so assuming a student want to go to STEM, for example, pure sciences, then the national exams, that is the KAJSEA they'll be doing by October, will compute for 60%. So these are the 40 which are school-based. Will they be considering the sciences related to STEM in these school-based projects, or is it only the sitting exams which that will be considered in the placement, the 90% plus you are talking of?
Okay, thank you so much. Anauliza hii 40% itakuwa considered kweli when we get there. For now, according to the Ministry of Education and all that, the Kenya National, the 40 for junior school, that is 20 from KIPSEA and na hii 20 ingine, itakuwa considered because iko kwa portal pale, na 60 tuta consider. But however, ile naweza kuencourage kabisa, utie bidii 60% upite. Unaona school-based assessment, at the moment I will just want to say, is the teachers who are assessing, which is very okay. But then the other one will be more important because this one, I don't want to say that somebody can be able to get marks and all that, but the school-based assessment is just guiding to see how you're performing. If you're good in math, it can also be able to reflect at the end, isn't it? But it is enabling to see how are you performing in your project, okay? Are you creative in all that? So it will count to that. For now, how it will be computed is left to the Ministry of Education, but just keep in mind that when you're doing school-based assessment, usichukulie kwa msaa tu, fanya vizuri, because according to the guideline, it is considered, okay? But I will emphasize the final one would be more key than the other. Okay? If we were to give them weight, unasema hii ya mwisho ni kuliko ile nyingine. Okay? So utie bidii anapofanya hii ya 60% yenye kama at the end. Okay? Yes. Lakini sio kumaanisha kwamba asiwe amelegea hapa aende kufanya ile moja peke yake. Zote afanye vizuri, lakini ya muhimu zaidi ni ile ya mwisho. Haya, nawashukuru sana. Kuna parent yako kule nyuma anasema hawezi enda nyumbani kabla hajauliza swali.
Mimi niko na swali. Swali yangu ni kama mtoto anataka kukua mwalimu, a teacher, atachukua pathway gani na atachukua subjects gani the best?
Mtoto wangu anataka kuwa mwalimu, achukue pathway gani na hafanya nini? Mtoto wangu mwalimu anaweza chukua any pathway. Anataka kuwa mwalimu wa hisabati, mathematics, si basi aende kwa pure science, isn't it? Afanye ile mathematics, lakini aende kuwa mwalimu wa hisabu. Anataka kuwa wa somo fulani. Kwa hivyo like, there are careers that they can be anywhere, okay? In all that. Anataka kuwa wa dance, aende kwa school of what? Art. Kwa hivyo career yake ni mwalimu, lakini mwalimu umuulize anataka kuwa mwalimu wa somo lipi? Mimi nataka kuwa mwalimu wa kufundisha watoto photography, nataka kufundisha watoto physics, chemistry, biology, okay? I want to be a senior school teacher or a primary school. This is what I want. I want to teach film and dance and all that, okay? Akikwambia hiyo, sasa apite hilo somo na achague shule zenye zinalingana hiyo, aende asome for 3 years, akienda university afanye education lakini kwa somo lile. Kwa hivyo ni somo ndio itakuguide. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you so much and thanks for asking questions. You've been a good audience. You are the best. Let's appreciate ourselves. Let's clap for ourselves, please. You are the best. In fact, many times I talk to parents and all that, and not very young people like Hawa. When I walked in and I saw most of them were, I was like, where do I start and where do I conclude? But I'm very happy that wazazi mko na watoto wazuri sana, wameuliza maswali, and I am very happy that they want to know, they are eager to know. And mine is that I wish you the best for the candidates who will be sitting this year, that you get to the school of your dream, you get the career that you desire in life. And therefore, you have what it takes. From my observation, from your questions and the way you are, you have what it takes to be what you want to be. And your parents have taken you to good schools. But I remember, the choice is yours. The tomorrow is yours. So you all, your future in the palm of your hands. You can mold it to be what you want to be. So tukiwa shuleni, tutie bidii na tujue ni nini tunataka. In conclusion, dear parents, in the competence-based curriculum, we're not teaching learners or we're not assessing them what they know. We are assessing them what they can do with what they know. We are assessing them what they can do with what they know. So the best assessment is this. If I'm asking learners, which is the longest river in Africa? Which is the longest river in Africa? River Nile. That is okay. But so what? I've known it's Nile. The best way you can assess the learners is that to ask them, the people living along River Nyando, how can they benefit from that river? Okay? That's a better question rather than asking which is the longest, which is the shortest. Which is the shortest in Africa? I don't know. When we have taught them about pollution and the effects of pollution and the effects of pollution, they can list all those. Causes of pollution, effects of pollution. Tutamaki kwa kitabu watapata 100%. They have exceeded expectation. They are not the best. The best questioning we can ask is, either in groups or individually, can they design a city or a village with no pollution? Application of what they have learned. That is better. Instead of teaching them the parts of a tree, let's teach them the value of that tree. Okay? Still they can learn the parts, but the most important is the value of that tree. When we say that when we visit the toilet, we need to wash our hands, they can answer in an exam, when do we wash our hands? They write everything. But every time they get fruits, they don't wash their hands, but they have exceeded expectation, they are passed. It's the one who demonstrates that has cause. That's why the books have got more of activities and more of doing. I hear, I forget. I see, I remember. I do, I understand. What do I say? I hear, I forget. I see, I remember. I do, I understand. So our teachers involve us in doing so that we can be able to do what? To understand. Thank you so much. Until next time, God bless you.
Oh, wow, wow. I hear. I do. Ingine ilikuwa? Oh, I see. Sawa sawa. Very, very important. Thank you so much. Ukweli hizo maswali za the longest and the types of pollution zilitusumbua wakati wetu na zitusaidii sai. This CBC thing is very, very good. Tunashukuru whoever came up with.
Utapewa hii itakuonyesha zile subjects zenye unatakikana kuperform vizuri ukiwa junior school. Okay? Now what you're going to do in senior school zile utachagua, okay? And then it will show you the pathway. Yes. Now the other one was showing you, ilikuwa tu inaonyesha structure, where you are coming from, where we are and where we are going. Hii itakuonyesha hiyo. I will also send another one. I think I have it. Unaweza scroll ile yenye iko nani? Schools, combination of school. The next, wachane na ile slide ya kwanza, kuna yenye ataonyesha. It has got 571 subject combination, okay? Yes, inakuonyesha even the career. Ukitaka career fulani, unaingia kwa hii subject. Ukitaka career fulani, unaingia kwa hii. Itawasaidia.
Thank you. Our speaker will share all those materials with our kiongozi. Then kiongozi will share on our wall. So ukifika nyumbani, kazia dadi, mami, anko, wakupatie upitie so that you understand better. Back to our viongozi, kiongozi Walter Ocharo Sazo Elder. Okay, ndio hiyo.
Can you see what is scrolling there? Hiyo yote, every track na subject zake. Ile kama unataka kuwa daktari, pure science. It gives you all the subject that are combination, all combination. Mpitie hiyo, okay? Sasa before you go to school, utakuwa umeangalia ni subject combination gani. Even a parent who can be able to tell this combination can give this. Kama unataka kuwa anything to do with science, go to the science and see what are the subject combination given there. The teachers will, there is another one which has got careers. I think I'll also send it so that you are able to follow.
Thank you. But as kiongozi come, I'm just curious. In primary, with 844, results zikitoka, tulikuwa tunaenda tunaangalia marks, amepata 4-1, 300, 200. In high school, tunaenda tunaangalia, amepata grade, B, C, D. Now na hii CBC, results zikitoka, tunaenda kuangalia nini?
CBC bado mzazi ukienda shuleni, unaangalia, usiende tu kuangalia, unaangalia vitu kama vitatu. Tuseme uangalie performance ya mtoto wako kwa subject zote. Atuangalie total marks, atuangalie ranking. Kila mtu anataka kuwa tofauti, okay? Hakuna number 1, number 2, number 3. Ule wa sport ni number 1 kwa maisha, isn't it? Wa music the same. So tuangalie masomo na perform namna gani. Na tulize na sisi na mwalimu tujue mtoto wetu anapenda nini, interest yake iko wapi. Hiyo interest ukishajua, uangalie na ile performance yake ya masomo. Kwanza tuseme kitu ya kwanza uangalie interest. Ukitoka kwa nyumba, mtoto wangu naona anapenda kuwa kitu fulani, anataka kuwa kitu fulani. Uende shuleni uangalie performance ya mtoto wako masomo, anafanya namna gani. Kwa haya masomo yote yako related na ile anapenda. Because hatutaki ni nini na kuamsha. When you wake up in the morning, what motivates you to go and work? Unajua kuna kazi ukipewa utaamka kila siku mwaka mzima na utachoka because unapenda kuifanya. Kuna wengine watu wanaenda kufanya kwa sababu aliangalia tu kwa labda kwa pesa, akasema mimi nataka kuwa engineer. Okay? Ama parents alipomaliza form 4 anko amemwambia aende kufanya marine and fisheries, lakini hapendi. So anaamka asubuhi anasema na leo kesho ni kwenda kazini tena. Ile inakufanya uamuke. Kama wewe for example, kuna lile jambo unasema kwamba mimi ningefanya kazi fulani, kila siku ningekuwa naenda. Hiyo tuangalie hiyo kwanza. Ukishaangalia hiyo basi tuangalie masomo yake correlated na hiyo career ni gani. So tuangalie hayo tukisaidiana na mwalimu. Kwa hivyo tuangalie performance ya mtoto. Lakini tukipata kwamba anapenda kuwa jambo fulani, labda musician, na afanye vizuri kwa creative arts and sports, ukitoka kwa nyumba basi tuangalie pale, tuone afanye somo hilo vizuri. Hilo somo tutie bidii saizi, tutafute mwalimu amsaidie kwa sababu interest yake iko hapo, tumpatie mwalimu amsaidie. Sasa tukishaangalia hivyo basi tuangalie na ile tulikuwa tunasema nini? Personality what? Traits and personality interests. So tuangalie parents, maybe tukiwa free, let's look at the personalities and all that realistic, okay? Is he a social person, enterprising, anapenda mambo? So that all that combination. Tukiwa shuleni sasa, hayo yote to discuss na mwalimu.
Thank you so much. Asante. Karibu kiongozi.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How many are happy for today? Me, I'm so happy, eh? And in fact, I felt so blessed. And kuanzia leo, I believe in 10 years, 15 years coming, we are going to have doctors. Again, which career again? We have footballers. We are going to have plumbers. We are going to have agricultural economists. Tutakuwa nao hapa. Otherwise, we want to thank you. We want to give our brother Bernard his own flowers. Si mnajua vile tunawapatia? So we want him to do what? Shine for who? For Jesus. Aya, tumpatie zake. Twende. No, not like that one. Aya, hebu tuamke kidogo. Naona mmekaa sana. Amka kidogo. So we want to give, so our brother, when you're being given flowers, unazichukua, unazingiza kwa feathers hivi. Unazingiza. So shine, alafu unazingiza. And wanakupatia. Haya. Let's warm up. Tayarisha sauti. Twende, shine, 1 2 3. Ingiza. Aya, tumrushie flowers zote. Wow, you may sit down. Otherwise, in a special way, I want to thank everyone because of time and because it has been a success. Kama hautapata, teachers are here. Teacher Lillian will ensure that each and every person amepata. First of all, I just want to thank the parents for coming. All parents, ebu amukeni. All parents. Watoto angalieni how you are being valued. Parents, aya, mimi pia nimeamuka. So, each parent anasema tu hi, and you look at them. Sawa sawa? Aya, tuanze na mbele. Tuanze kwa Karo. Karo, just say hi. Simseme hi. Aya, tuende next. Debo. Semeni hi. Ocharo. Elda ameongea. Semeni hi, Elda. Hello, Teacher Lillian. Hi. Mimi pia, hi. Yes, we are all parents. Actually, thank you parents for coming. And in this special way, I want to, I don't know if our parents rep, they have something to say. That is Brother Luguisa and Sister Lydia. Just a word, then I invite over the elder, then Ocharo and Sazu will wind it up. Both you can come. You can just come. So watoto, these parents ambao wanakuja hapa, hao ndio wasimamizi wetu. They represent us. They connect us, the club, and the parents. So he is here and she is there. Wangapi wanawajua? Wangapi wanawajua? Haya, mtasema. Just a word, then we...
Good afternoon. How many people have enjoyed? By show of hand. It's a quite heavy stuff, but relevant all of us. I want to take this opportunity to appreciate our facilitator. I look forward to deeper engagement so that we take this thing to a level that can be easily understood by all. What has come clear is that we have jointly to support our learners as parents in terms of career identification, support in strengthening their core areas, and above all, support in strengthening their all-round requirement in terms of what CBE or competent-based education requires. For those who do not know me, kuna yule anijui jina? Anyone? My name is Mark Ngecho Lugwisa, the father to Nelias, who is here, and Ransly is in a boarding school. Thank you.
Hello, children. Hello, children. How many of you are happy right now? How many of you are happy? How many of you now know what is coming next? Are you prepared? Are you happy for this session? Nice. And I am happy that you all came today and you now have clarity. Sasa hizi mnajua mnaweza taka kufanya nini? Do you know what happens next? Kuna mtu anajua that ile marks anapata kwa class ina add up to their final grade. Do you know that now? Do you know that? So kama umepata tuseme 80% kwa maths na inafaa kukua 20%, unajua that translates to about 16, si ndio? So inamaanisha you need to add more for you to get to the school that you want. Sasa mko na hiyo clarity? Okay. So najua tumechukua so much time, but I want to thank you all for your patience. And I am sure now you are more informed as you're going back to school. Thank you so much, our facilitator, and also the teachers for organizing this. How many of you people know my name? How many of you know my name? Yes, what's my name? Mama Gareth, okay. So my name is Lydia. You can also call me Mama Gareth. And he wants to say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
You want to say your name? What is your name?
Cash.
So Mama Gareth and Cash. Asanteni and have a nice afternoon. Thank you.
Yeah, because Elder is going to talk the last one, then he'll offer the prayer. Let me take this special moment to thank Teacher Sazu for the effort that she took, and above all, to thank all facilitators, all teachers for availing themselves for today. Tunyamaze. Aya, tuangalie hapa tunamaliza. And for also Teacher Ocharo for taking charge. Let me make these two announcements. Then I believe Elder is going to come and make a conclusion. Then he will pray with us. Sindio hivyo Charo? Yes. Now, nisikizeni. This is the first start of our career talk. He was igniting you to know your path, which has been done. The second path, or the second step of this phase, is now we will be inviting specialists. Tukisema ni daktari, atakuja hapa na gadget zake. Tukisema ni pilot, atakuja hapa na uniform yake. Tukisema ni plumber, atakuja hapa na tools zake. Tukisema ni farmer, atakuja hapa na tractor yake na jembe yake, akuja nayo hapa na atawaambia the benefit of whatever that he or she is doing. Sawa sawa? How many are looking forward towards that one? Good. Tunaenda. Number 2, we are planning, we will tell you in due course, this month is going to be very busy. First, number 1, tuko na Pathfinder Rally. Number 2, Station Pathfinder Rally. Number 2, we should be visiting the weather station. Si mnajua? Yes, get ready. We are visiting the weather station. Then lastly, tulienda kutembea mahali huko mbali. By December, I believe you are going somewhere. So start mark timing. Tutaenda kujivinjari, tutapiga dufu. Mnajua mnaita dufu mpararo? Hizo ziko huko zote. They are so ready. So get ready, we will tell you what is there. Otherwise, I believe as a club, we are moving forward. Your workbooks has everything that he was explaining, all practical. And for your information, our facilitator, the Adventist system, kuhusiana na CBC or CBE, ilianza kitambo sana. Because we have honors that we are doing that are practical in a way. So hands-on career, our watoto, we always teach them. Yes, so that system, ndio kwa maana au ukiwaambia inawaingia kwa haraka sana. Because, yes, they know that one. Very nice. So that is why this system of the Adventists, I'm very happy, imeshikana na CBE. So let's get hold of it, tuendelee, and I do believe from our workbooks, we will move forward. Otherwise, be respectful to your parents, and as we'll be calling you, please come, and I want to thank you all. You are so marvelous. You are so? I book love for yourself. Sazu, you wanted to say something? It's done. Ocharo, you'll do that way. Elder Karibu, last words, then you pray with us.
Basi na wasalimu, hamjambo tena? Hamjambo. Kiswahili is one of the compulsory languages, okay? Basi niruhusu niweze kumshukuru our facilitator kwa kazi nzuri. Na naamini ya kwamba tumeweza kufaidika na tutazidi kujifunza zaidi. Lakini kitu ya maana ambayo tunapotoka hapa, unapokuwa shuleni, Kombo. You know I'm a teacher. Unapokuwa shuleni, tafuta 90 and above kwa subject zote, even as you move towards the pathways. Wacha kuenda kukaa pale sasa mimi hii imenishinda, wacha ikae hapo. 90 and above. Then mambo ingine wacha ichipange mbele. Nishukuru pia walimu kwa kufanya mpangilio ambao wamefanya. But I want to say this to the Pathfinders. Works of three in the sanctuary ni row number. Somebody is telling me 1. Ni number? Allah. Works of three in the sanctuary, low number. Do you know what it means? Munaelewa inamaanisha nini? Isiwe tu tunakuja tunasema praise, what. But we need to be serious on that. Mungu wetu na wabariki. Mungu wetu awabariki. Simama tuombe. Baba, tunakushukuru maana umekuwa nasi. Hekima na maarifa vinatoka kwako. Tuomba tusaidie kama watoto tunapojifunza masomo ya dunia hii, utuwezeshe kufaulu, lakini zaidi ya yote tukufahamu zaidi, tuandae kwa ajili ya ufalme wako. Na waombea walimu ambao wanashughulika na kuwafunza watoto hawa, Baba wape nguvu na wape hekima, Zaidi ya yote, baada ya kufanya kazi hii hapa chini, waandaliwe kwa ajili ya ufalme wa mbinguni. Asante kwa ndugu yetu Penard ambaye ameweza kuwa pamoja nasi. Kambariki na umwelekeze katika njia za haki, ukamzidishie katika mahitaji yake ya kila siku. Zaidi ya yote, umwandae pia kwa ajili ya ufalme unaokuja. Tunapoondoka sasa, enda na kila mmoja wetu, tena utukutanishe kwa ajili ya utukufu wako, maana tumeomba kwa imani katika jina la Yesu. Amen. Thank you very much. I'll finish it from my end.
Hello. Before mtoke, watoto wa friend class, mnipate hapa nje kidogo. Friend class.